Hey, Martok, how you doing? Welcome in, people. Looks like I'm on my own. Come on in. Let's see you here. How you doing? How you doing? How you doing, people? Welcome in. Welcome in. Welcome in. Let me put the dungeon on for Microscape as well. Come on in, people. Welcome in. Welcome in. What a few days it's been. Let me turn the dungeon on for you guys. Come on in. Come on in. Let's go. I've at least got one. Oh God, I've got to relog into Microscape again. Coming up, give me a second. I've had to reset everything one more time. Come on in, people, come on in. I'll say hi in a second. Come on in. Sorry, Sniper, have I done something? I thought I did something wrong then.
No.
How you doing, Kevin? What's you doing? How's things? Just trying to get this Microscape thing to work. There you go. Hopefully it starts anyway. I don't even know what it does. Come on in, people. All right. I'm concentrating now. Here we go. Come on. All right, let's see who's in. Hey, Amiga Prime, Martok, how you doing? August Valkyrie, you're here. Retro Fury, Karasatach, MJ Hat, yeah. Nay Never, Tacos Chemtech, Retro Fury with 55 stream streak. It's unbelievable. Karasatach, subscribe at tier 1 for 6 months. Now, we have a brand new thing on Twitch. If you're tier 2 or 3, you can put a GIF. It's a test version. Flossie's done it. Flossie, congratulations. You're one of the first to use it in the history of Twitch. Tier 2 or 3. Crazy, you're here. Macalarupser, Amiga, Taco, Amiga, Touch Probe. So, yeah, you can post a GIF. I can do things like this. I can do many things. If you are tier 2 or 3 on Twitch, you can do it. It's a good test. General O, tier 2 for 7 months. Come on in, people. Let's go. Come on in. I've had to reset everything on Twitch again. So come on in. Let's go. Son of a Groovy's in. Wicked. LEOLZ. Crazy. You are here. Ole. No. Come on in, people. Let's go. We're waiting for a few people. Murphy, Jim P.I., Sean Dog, Green, 10 pin, Tech 1. Kevin, you are animal. Kevin's lecture's here. My flat Q says, careful, Nigel. What did I do, my flat? What did I do? Professor Watts. Hello, E1E. Galileo Figaro. Yeah, we have a few people here. Let's see how it goes. We're on Hype Train level 1 already. Defeated him. Come on in, people. Let's go. Let's fill the stage. Let's get it going. It's going to be fun today. Loads to discuss. Let's give people some time to get in. Come on in. Hey, Kanda Charles, Suzy Q22. Look at this. Suzy Q22. Because you're about tier 2 and up, you can put gifts out. How cool is the gifts? It's cool, isn't it? Defeated him. Oh my God. The captain has joined us. Dr. Iron Chef rating with 78. Thank you so much, Dr. Iron Chef. CDBTU. If you're tier 2 and higher, you can put gifts in the chat. Can you believe it? Twitch has upgraded to gifts. How cool is that? Come on in, people. Wow, what an arena we have here. Dr. Iron Chef, thank you so much, my friend. I hope you're safe, you're worthy, and you're lovely. And doing really well. Come on in, people. Smashing. Sandra! Congratulations, Sandra. I hear you're in there. So jumping in. If you're tier 2 and above, you can have gifts in the chat. Congratulations, Sandra. You're very, very well deserved to know. Tacos Chemtech, well done. Come on in. Yeah, that break's beginning now. Hey, I believe MJ Hat is here. So MJ Hat, I had to fudge this a little bit, but it's done with Colby's approval. I hope you're ready. If it plays next. Oh no, it didn't. It played this. Everyone dance with me. This is a moment to behold. Ladies and gentlemen, from somewhere in Kentucky, Fried Kentucky, he's here. The undisputed heavyweight champion of Mike Knight.
That's the code I live by. Hey, yo. Until the day I die. MJ Hat. MJ Hat. MJ Hat.
Sing it, Colt. Ladies and gentlemen, Open Mic Night on Sunday nights are available at MJ Hat. Let's not forget him, my friends. He's not even listening. One more time, everyone. 5 people. Galileo, thanks for the 5 gifted. Thank you, Lost In, with 1,000 gifted. We are working on the Lost In song. There's not enough vulgarness inside it, so we're waiting for it. Woo! MJ Hat, that was sexy, wasn't it?
Ladies and gentlemen.
Off the bats in the bull. Mecha Dave, that's a good idea. 50 billion Toro Tech, we're about to begin. Everyone rise. The newest member of Tupac. Joining the other wonderful members of Tupac. You know who it is.
She is the pepper with the spice.
Billy from Who.
She has the ghost level.
That's brilliant, that Mad Rock.
She will cut you if you dare. So in space, you better be.
Indominus Prime with 5 gifted as well.
Ghost pepper.
By the way, for the people that are doing duo waves, check your account. There is that you have been comped, everybody who have done the duo waves before the announcement. You have been comped. You have been comped. Let's go. And then Moose. And then Captain Shaw said maybe. Thank you so much. Indominus, your 5 gift is already done. Lost In's trying to check if I have a bitty. I don't. So, everyone, Moose with the Lost In's bits. Moose with the Lost In's bits. Moose with Lost In's bits. Moose with Lost In's bits. Moose with Lost In's bits. The song has been updated slightly, so listen to the difference. Here it comes. I had to get involved, Moose. I'm really sorry about this. Again. If you're tier 2 and above, you can put gifts in our chat. We are one of the first to try this in Twitch. Join in the revolution. Tier 2 and above, and you can put gifts in the chat. Sniper can do it. Look at this. Army Broke, thank you for following. This is a followers only chat, so thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Come on, follow. We'll begin the show in a minute. Brilliant.
And hey.
Yes?
Hey.
Yes?
You all right?
Yeah, and you too. Hey, Colbs, about time for myself. J-Babes, love it. Let's kick off the show. Let's do it Lost In style. Lost In with his really sexy voice now with his microphone. Hey, Colby, your turn. Go.
Warp speed ahead, we're here to play, exploring galaxies every day. We are hosting the cosmic stream. Briefings, it's the ultimate gleam. I'll take an SGFC ride, highway to the sky. The road is hard to find.
Wow, what an audience we have today. It's going to be fun.
Gotta keep on rolling.
Keep on rolling. 7 of 7 of 7 with 777. Oh my God, 7, thank you so much.
Briefings. Briefings.
Welcome everyone to Briefings. We're playing Star Trek Fleet Command the game. If there was a podcast, we'd be the unofficial one. Growing Ups with 5 gifted.
Updates and so much more. Exciting guests and interviews too. Briefings just for you.
We'll be talking about M94 and the Fallout. Arcfall's after show begins. How was the beginning of the arc for you? Is the battle pass worth it? Are the officers unique and exciting? Will there be an officer recruitment for Torin? Flossie with 1,000 bits as well. Wow, what's going on? This is insane. Lawson says it's his favorite Arcfall of all time. Totally the best Arcfall of all time.
Not afraid to lead. I gotta feed my hunger.
Sniper, thanks for the 5 gifted. Jesus, what's going on?
Briefings.
Totally lost in. RMG DOS can kiss my... Thanks, Golbs. That was really fun and exciting. Colby, did you want to say...
Hi, friend.
Oh, for God's sake, not this
Look at me
again.
risking my life eating fruit in America right now. How
Stop.
are you?
We've
can't
done this
answer
trailer.
that.
Why do we have to do this trailer?
Here's my message. Do you think this will turn my tongue blue, like
No,
Willy
it
Wonka
doesn't.
style?
We've talked about this. Loston said it
What I
doesn't.
wanted to say is I started
Yes.
doing this fun thing, streaming
you didn't.
on
I'm
Twitch.
doing- No, I'm
Words
doing-
I never thought I'd say. Me and Nigelrovers
Well, where
hanging
have
out
you been
over
the last
on
few
his
weeks?
Twitch
I mean, seriously.
platform? Is that what you call it?
It is a
And we
platform.
laugh and I sing and then we have a little convo before the game starts and then I ask him every single time, what is this game and how does it work? But it's really fun. It's called, what's it called? Briefings.
Yes.
Briefings on Twitch. The
is.
link is Nigelrovers on Twitch. Come hang
yes.
out. He goes live every Thursday.
Well, this
every
time is
Sunday,
wrong now because
3 p.m.
there's like
Eastern Standard Time.
difference.
8 p.m.
We need to do another one. Colby,
UK time.
can you do it silently?
Come hang out. It's so fun. It's so silly. Oh, yes. And subscribe.
See you there. I'll be back. Welcome, everyone, to Briefings. We are live. It's the 23rd of August. We managed to get through a few days of this arc, and I really thought we'd get through a day without something going wrong. We're so close. Lostin, by the way, has made an appearance. He totally has said that this is his favorite arc of all time. In fact, he's encouraging people to completely and utterly enjoy every moment of this arc that he loves and adores and everything like that. The difference between Lostin and I is when he does his one bit... Yeah, who? Yes? Yes? What did he say? Yes? Yeah. We don't know if Billy got involved, but this sounds really, really exciting and absolutely unique in every way possible. Nothing went wrong since update 5. Yes, I'll be back. And $50 tech. Yeah, we're almost there with that one. Thank you for all your microscape. Is Nigel alive? Are you sure? Well... It's not been fun, but a comp is out for the duo waves. Thank you very much for the team. At Star Trek Fleet Command, they reacted very fast. They did a very good job, and they communicated quickly, and that's a good thing. So whatever happened between Thursday arc launch to Sunday has been a little bit more speed, which has been exciting. 10 seconds left on Hype Train, but nothing needed. 6 subs. Thank you so much for everyone that did that. Still no comp chest. Murphy, if you did the duo wave before the announcement, you will be comped the set of points for it. I think that's how they've done it. There should be an in-game news regarding it as well. I think they've identified the people that did it, and they will comp the people that actually achieved it. I'm just looking into my in-game news. Oh, fantastic. I will show you the news straight away, what they did. And I thought the speed at what they did this is the unique thing. So there you go, ladies and gentlemen. It's there. I just clicked on my thing now. A compensation for Trelane's Tribulation Synergy scoring issue and a gift containing 2,800 simulation codes is available in your gift tab. It does that. So event compensation. I don't know if it gives you points or done anything. It sounds like that is what they've done for it. Let me check what we're allowed to say. Yes, so the comp is for people, for everybody. The points are for the people that did it, will get the points required. I think they've identified the people for it. That's absolutely amazing. Well done for them for doing those things. And that is very, very unique and very, very good of them to do. So there you go. That's sorted and out of the way. Anybody who hasn't got the comp by the end of the show, let me know. I haven't received a gift yet, JK, but it takes about 15 minutes to load from the moment this announcement does. So hopefully within the next 15 minutes, it will update and we'll be able to see it live. So you should be able to do it. Hey, Ghost Pepper, how you doing? Akorum Jinis as well. I want to check the gift staff and it brought me to the store. Has anyone got the comp yet? Indominus Prime, for you, I think it'll all appear in the next 15 minutes. So let's just wait for that and we'll have a look and we can always maybe do this live and see what response we get back. I'm hoping there'll be nothing ludicrous to do, but I'm sure they've got it all in hand and everything is absolutely there. The main thing is the arc has begun. The battle pass is still good. I still want to say I do believe this battle pass is one of the better battle passes you will get, and it's been sadly hidden behind all the stuff that's happened in the game, which is kind of sad because I feel that they lose out on big wins like this by, dealing with the stuff that they've got to deal with regards to players, and that's the part that I'm a little bit disappointed with. However, we have opened further contact, so this feedback has been sent to the contact that's been opened to. It sounds like there's some changes going on. And the one thing I want to point out is the feedback of our 10 changes have now reached the absolute top. And I was told that the 10 changes will potentially happen. Well, specifically, one of them will definitely happen within very, very soon, which is fantastic. It shows that we have managed, with the help of everybody else, I'm sure loads of people have brought it up, managed to achieve that in some way. Let me see. I've got a message from Quasel. And Quasel has decided to do a website for a friend that's selling apples, apparently. Genuinely, that is what he wrote in the DM. Quasel has decided to not do the show and help somebody with an Apple Store website. Not the Apple as in the phone, as in Apple the fruit. Yep. Quasel is now a fruit maker. I heard the rumor that, no, absolutely not, Floyd Devine. Are you? Do I look like I'm going to be? The comp chest just showed up. I have got the comp chest. Quasel is a fruit. Well, I mean, it depends when you meet him. Some people, he can be a bit of a fruit. CDBTU is going to do it in Irish. This is how CDBTU does the accent. He works his way through it. But that's what CDBTU sounded like during his whole stream. When he attempted the Irish accent. The comp just showed up. Thank you so much, everybody, for doing so. Let's shout out CDBTU, one of the greatest as well in STFC. He does a lot. Things will pop up. Green Ages. Yeah, maybe Quasel will just bake all the apples. Oh, disgusting. Have you seen the apple he baked? I'm okay, thank you, for Quasel to not give me that apple ever again. The thing I wanted to point out to, which is the thing that I was wanting to ensure, because we got caught out last week by going through the whole switcheroo and all that stuff that we had to deal with, that we never got to the officers, which I think is important. We want to make sure that people are aware that the BP is outstanding, and I think the BP is outstanding. Now, I have a question for the G5 players, because I went in and the first thing I did was the battle pass is great. There's a minor change I would make to it, which is allow a choice for the officer at the end. That was a suggestion saying that's the only thing that would make it absolutely spot on. And I did say G5s don't find this battle pass exciting enough. That's a key question. And I want to know from people like Floyd, people like Ghost Pepper, and anyone else, what you need that's different in this BP to make it really good for you. And that's the important thing. And for me, I want to know what G5s are. So G5s, if you're here, I encourage you to speak up to make it better. But Ghost Pepper, since you're on the stage, thank you for coming up to the stage.
Hi, darling.
What do you say? What would make this BP enticing enough for you to purchase?
Well, I think that's some of what we talked about earlier this week, right? Because we talked about some of the free-to-play aspect being disappointing at a G4 level, right? Because, yes, I am on the cusp of G5, but I'm still level 50. I know. Shush.
Oh, sorry, I was supposed to be muted. Ha! I can't believe it. She's still
Go ahead.
Oh, wait, I haven't muted myself yet.
Go ahead. Get it all out. Go ahead. Are you done?
Wait. Well,
Do you need a minute?
Just. Woo! Whoa,
Yeah.
that was a
Can you
sweaty
breathe?
one.
Yeah, right there.
All right. Oh God. Yeah.
We're
Lives
crying out
on the
loud
cusp.
every
I know.
damn week.
Sydney Soren. I was right. The word lives on the cusp is what made me laugh. That was the point.
I know.
So yes,
But still.
to make it exciting for you. Now you've experienced it for a few days, because remember the last one you had it last minute, so you can genuinely enjoy and go, oh wow!
I literally got it while we were on the air. Yep.
Yeah. Now, what would you say to make this great for G4/G5?
After now being for a few days, I think what we originally discussed would make it better, where we talked about putting the currencies together into one, keeping the amounts the same, but putting them together so that we can choose would be way more beneficial at our level, because also to a point you made last week, we all need different things, right? We're all at different points, and we're all at, have different things that we're working on. And if they could put these two currencies together into one, give us the same choices between the stores into one store, I think that would make it worthwhile, because then it accommodates where everyone's at and what they can do. And they will purchase, those that are able or more willing to be enticed to purchase will purchase, because it gives them more of that. And those that don't, it still makes it impactful for the free to play.
Yeah.
Like there's a good balance there.
Yeah, putting it all together may mean that there will be a tax rebalance on the rest of the stuff, which is
Well,
what we're
that would
trying
be
to.
bad.
So I'd say hi. Hey, Nasty Nigel, welcome in. Hopefully, you're not going to be nasty. You're going to be great. He has an account for a long time. I did look at it before I allowed him in. Thank you very much, Nigel, for coming in. Floyd Davino says, we talked a bit about it last show, but right now I need tons of rare gas and crystal. The idea was expressed to make the token a single currency that allowed you to choose what you want. Brilliant. I just want to confirm that, Floyd, because what I want to do is I want to ensure that feedback is very specific. So Floyd is at the G5 level, not on the cusp like Ghost Pepper, which shows that these are valuable for that. The same thing can be done for the super up people. The people that have everything maxed would like one currency because that one currency allows them to go, well, I've got this ship max, that ship max, I've maxed this artifact, maxed this and maxed that. I would like to put it all into artifacts for now. Now, but would you guys accept this? The only reason I'm saying this, I just want people to be aware that would you accept it with a minor tax? In other words, 10% less resources each pull, but
I don't like that.
Yeah, but tokens that will do the same thing. The thing is, if you had to compromise, which is what you're going to have to do in 2-pack.
I get that. Right? And then, yes, you know that we would compromise. I don't have to like it.
Yes.
I get it, right? Because Scopely has to be Scopely and they have to do what they have to do. But in my brain, the concept of just not changing anything because they don't lose anything. They put the 2 currencies into one, put the 2 stores into one. Like, that's it. They're not losing anything by that. They'll actually gain more. So that's why I don't like the idea of the tax, even though I know that they will do it. I know fundamentally there has to be a give and take. I don't have to like it, but I get it. You know, like that's how my brain is going on this.
Okay, cool. So, Acorum Genus, and the reason I say tax is because, let's say they've got an economy flow. They're like, we don't want too many of these artifact shards to go out or these BP parts to go out, but we'll allow them to resources to do as much as they can with. Do you know what I mean? I'm not saying that was a suggestion in return, but it just means that I've got something to go with. And if it's a hard no, it's a hard no. It's not even, that bad. 224 says, even for G6, I'm at a stage where the ship parts or specialty ship parts don't really seem useful. I'm more focused on ops progression. So for you, 224 is for you, resources means a lot more. So Floyd Davino saying, give me rare gas or rare sort of resources. That's more valuable to me. Fantastic, Sydney Soren. I'm glad that's in. Taxes and all. Yeah, exactly. Old Scopely thinking, no problem, Murphy. So I won't suggest that, but I just want to know where the line is. I'm here as a representative. I'm not here to put my personal opinion in. I'm just here to debate to see how far that people are going to allow it as well. What'd be really good, Flossie says, is if for the ship tokens, I could actually get some G7 ship BPs. Okay, opening up to more BPs. Loston says he loves tax and he just wants to be taxed on everything. Fair enough, Loston. That's just your choice. Bit rude, but okay. Totally what he said. Alex Power says, when I hear that tax is required, I hear that they want to give us stuff with useless to us and be able to say they're giving us something. No, Alex Power, no one suggested it. I'm just trying to find where my negotiating points are for you guys. Do you know what I mean? This is not my prerogative. This is not my accolade. This is not my thing where I want to put my opinion on. I want to make sure to use this moment to get you guys exactly what you want with agreement from everybody so that we all benefit from it rather than, oh, Nigel did this. I don't really care what I do. I just want to make sure that you guys get your point said. And this is an opportunity that I probably won't get many of. So I already brought it up and it was already being said that we need to discuss this. And I said, great. And I just said, I'm going to get more details of where I want to make sure I represented it as correctly as I can as a non-G4, G5 player from G4, G5 people. Sugar Fat Man says, have a max limit on things that are concerned about flooding the economy with it. Don't tax it. Great idea. Sugar Fat Man, happy with that? Max limit? So full pulls of things and maybe the resources stay unlimited, but everything else that they have got issues with, they have a max limit on. So many BPs of a ship, so many parts of a ship, so many things. and that'd be very good. Mashed potato tax is very bad. Okay, great. So tax is out of the window. Retro Fury, as a G6 player, I feel the same. One currency. Brilliant. So that one currency thing should work. Moose says the token should 100% stay separate. And that's for someone who doesn't really need the specialty ship stuff. Okay, Moose is going the other direction. He would like him to be different and stay different as they are. So there you go. There's a few debates to go there. You know a lot where to spend Trellin's token. Afternoon, all. What have I missed? Brian Racer, we just started. We're just talking about the Battle Pass, what updates you would give it to make it better. One of the suggestions in the super high end of G7 is that one token to allow me to go for whatever I want. So one currency, that's the word. And then in the lower end, from Ghost Pepper, they're like one currency would help us. However, in the upper middle end with Moose, he suggests he actually likes the separation of these tokens. So, you know, everything's right. Candajal, the Vengeance refits and everything like that will be coming soon. That is one of the 10 things we've mentioned, and I will tell you what they are. The FTs to go up. Remember, I brought them up. The FTs to go up. That will happen very, very soon. The Vengeance refit. We talked about the chat being fixed for APAC specifically, as well as EU being a priority, with the addition of being able to click on multiple players, send all personal messages for the Admiral and the Commodores with an announcement type Maya bot situation as one thing that all integrated into that, which would be very, very important. The other thing we were talking about is the event scores to be changed so that number 1 wins the most, 2 to 5 get second place, 5 to 10 get third place, and so on and so forth till 50. And if there are more people, then there are spaces, then that's good for them for going up, and they earn the right to do that. Alex Powers, the APAC EU chat different, the US region chat. Well, APAC EU, I've got an issue with the syncing. APAC is the worst. EU is rarely it's a problem, but it does happen. The US does happen, very limited time, but the focus is on all of them. But to mainly make sure our APAC friends get the respect they deserve, to ensure that they get that fixed. And I think that's important. So you should all stay here, because I'm going to ask you during this whole stream, and I'm not going to stop the stream until I get opinions about everything, because I want to make sure the representation is as full and as informative as possible. And I want to make sure I don't let anybody down with anything. Would do that. Mashed Potato says MOTD function would be great. Yeah, that's going to be awesome when it comes in. EO is not rarely, it happens daily. Okay, Tech Ninja, I'm just saying rarely compared to APAC. APAC happens like all the time. Roar, you are too early for marbles. Ghost Pepper, I see. However, what I don't need materials and more BPs or vice versa. Exactly, representing APAC, exactly. The opinion is that cortados are outstanding. I agree with you, Lostin. Totally what you just said just now. You love every ounce of cortado. Wow. Okay, Lostin, calm down, man. And you're a Kai boil. Oh my God, Lostin, your love for it is a bit too much. But I want to make sure that we represent that. Totally what you just said. It's all about cortados. Also, I spoke about the Ferengi Pass. Encourage people to gain ship part materials, artifact, not just one, which would be great. The Ferengi Pass will be looked into. I think it's one of those things they're looking into. But the event structure right now seems to be going in a good direction, everything like that. But now we move up slightly. Let's move up from Ghost Pepper. Thank you very much. I will come back to you guys with any notes and everything like that in a little bit. We go up to Shockwave Prime. Shockwave Prime, we didn't get to talk last week. And your opinion on the Battle Pass at the moment, and anything else you'd like to bring in as well.
The Battle Pass is outstanding. All right, I all the issues that we encountered last week, we have to give them. The Battle Pass is phenomenal. From the 99.99 pass, which included the new particles, you got 2 new research boxes with the new particles. The fact that it's split up, I disagree with the sentiment that everything needs to be together, and that it's separated. It's very nice. It's concise. The officer is great. Winadami is fantastic. So that's the first thing we need to talk is just say that how much value is in this battle pass.
Oh, huge value. Like, if you watch Tiberius' stream earlier, great stream, by the way, great detail, he talks about the value of the Battle Pass. Tiberius mentions a lot of things with regards to Battle Pass, the length of it, that if everything was working well, Tiberius brought up a good point. If everything's working well, it'd be a Battle Pass he'd definitely spend $20 on, and it's something that he has huge value in it, and I agree with Tiberius. I think Tiberius is absolutely spot on. That the Battle Pass is fantastic for that, and also the TC Battle Pass is becoming fantastic as well. So, Tibbs, I absolutely agree with you, my friend. I'm glad you did that. Yeah, of course, I always lurk, and I just want to make sure. Well, I respect you, man. You're one of my heroes, genuinely one of my heroes. When I first started, is someone I always looked up to, and you do terrific job as well, Tiberius. You're always great when with your streams, and they're very informative. And the best thing is, he's right. He's like, if we took the tech debt out of the way and we said, for the Battle Pass, is it the thing that we want to go for? Yes, buy it today. It's the best valued Battle Pass they have ever done in there, but the only thing that would make it outstanding is an officer choice at the end. Like, if you have an officer choice of like whatever officer you want to give away, win a Dami, a villain Ducat. If you want to give away the Doctor, you want to give away Wat Carroll, just allow people a choice of whatever you want to give away. Let them pull 75 shards of each one. Do you know what I mean? Like that, of whichever one they want. And let them say, thank you very much for buying the Battle Pass. Here's your choice of 3 or 4 you can have. And for whatever reason, they can make that decision for themselves, and it makes it pure player choice. And Tiberius was spot on in what he said. So make sure you do follow him, because he's outstanding, and he does very good streams at great times to do so. And with APAC, I just want to lend a hand to my wonderful friend Ultravetica. Just help focus the mind on his path to ensuring that APAC is respected, and I completely agree with him. And that chat situation needs to be fixed. It really does. It's been horrible for them. They have it worse than us. I've seen videos of it, and it's like they can speak in the Veil, they can speak in the general chat without any problems, but they can't speak in the Alliance chat. It's such a weird problem in there. It's just, it might be, hey, I'd come on your show anytime, Tiberius. You're a hero to me. But Tiberius is right. Like, if we're basing ourselves on pure value, you will not, in the history of SDFC, ever get value for money Battle Pass like this ever. Like, I don't know how they can get further higher than this, because this is outstanding, except offering choice at the end. That's the thing that they've got to make a decision on. Floyd Davino is banning me from Tibbs, like we've had for years. I know, Kandajal, this should be the minimum for a Battle Pass. Do you agree? This should be what a Battle Pass minimum should be. I should open the door for. And I think that... To me, though,
the first TC pass that they put out with, I mean, that was a tremendous pass for last month. The first one that they did.
Yes.
That was incredible value. But as far as the daily milestone one, this is the best one that I've seen. So I have to put last month's pass ahead of it just a little bit, because of the reasons with the Vanguard particles, the officer choice, just everything included in that. But as far as day-to-day milestones, this one is just absolutely incredible. And yeah, it's the best one they've done for their traditional Battle Pass. This is fantastic.
Yeah, I also, from the choices as well, from artifacts, one thing I'll disagree with Tiberius slightly. He chose the Outpost loot one, but you already get that Outpost loot Tibbs, personally, from Cisco. So... I would go for a little bit more defensive ability to last a bit longer. Exactly, it is awesome. This is awesome. This is also the Vanguard also, which I think is absolutely amazing. RMG does say that RMG saw... Loston says disagree. Okay, Loston, so you believe the Outpost loot one is amazing for loot? Well, it gets you those loot. So let's have a look at the game. Genuinely happy for a debate here. So let's have a look. So in the Outpost Battle Pass one, let me show you what it is. Let's have a look inside the game. Right, okay, so we got the artifacts. The Outpost list one, what was it called? Not the medals. Was it called the medals? No, that's the dual wave one. It is. Where is it called? It's antigen bomb. Is that what it is? Nope, not that one. Damn it! Yeah, it's like I could get to it. Which one's the output loose one? Someone tell me. Typewriter. Oh, that's the one. Doodah's typewriter. Where is Doodah's typewriter? There it is. The epic. Yes. So you get the quantity of solo outpost cresses, elites outpost cresses gained from all ships. It's an epic, right? So if you go for this, the only question I have is if you go for this, right, and you can get up, you start 25%, which is a good jump, goes up to 150. Do you not think, because you have Cisco here, who does this, which is the same thing? That's where I'm a bit like, okay, well, increases your output credits, you know, from the retaliation ships.
Yeah, but those are the solo credits. So it depends again what you care about, right? Like if you're able to do outposts with no problem, like for instance, I'll just say where I'm at, right? This completely depends on your journey, right?
Yeah, okay.
So for me, I do the 73 outposts full loot crew, right? I can practically do like half of a 76, right? So I guess in theory, if I had some more defense, maybe I can get a 76, but probably not close enough for it to matter right now.
Yeah.
So in that case, like the solo credits, yes, it's the same as Cisco's ability, but they should be additive, right?
Yeah, they are additive, definitely, yes.
So I mean, it's not like you have that much of it, like some other things. So, for example, if you have like I don't know, let's say the ones that give you like 500,000 or a million, right? And so now you have Cisco's ability, you have 100%. So if you were getting like, normally we get 500,000, now you get a million, right? And then if you get the artifact, then you would get 1.5 million, right? So you would still get a fair bit more than you would otherwise get. It's just whether that's valuable to you at all. If you never have a problem with your solo credit pulls, you probably don't care about this at all, right? You're like, hey, I could pull my solo credit refineries, get those mats, whatever. Or if you're not punching up, because this is actually good if you're going to punch up, right?
Yeah,
if you're going to punch up to like the next higher one and don't care about the hostiles, only care about the loot itself, from the what I call the Armada part of the outpost.
Yeah.
then it's a good value because that jumps up pretty big as you get to different ones. Like I think like the 70 gives you like I forget what it is now, but like let's say it gave you 500,000, and then the 73 gives you like a million, right? So it like doubles, right?
Yeah.
Unlike the other loot, unlike the retaliation plunder and medals. So it really depends on where you are in your game and what you value.
Yeah, agreed.
But there is a use case for it.
Yeah, it's a caveat because Lostin has made it onto the stream. By the way, Lostin has an outstanding microphone. I can't wait to hear his dulcet tones. Tiberius is right. Like, if for those people, definitely. And also you get to open the G7 chest, which I do every time, Lostin. I don't know how far behind you are, Jesus Christ. And also, Coach C, congratulations. You are that close to getting it free to play. That's very well done. The reason I haven't got those specific artifacts done because I've gone past them, as in like I'm on G7, so it didn't absolutely be useful for me at that moment in time, so I didn't waste my time on them. Ladies and gentlemen, from somewhere in, let's say, Crazy Land, Lostin. And he doesn't speak. And his microphone doesn't work. And
it freaking works.
Oh, there it is.
It works. It was just muted on the sound. I have too many different buttons now, man.
Which computer is it on? Have you figured out which one has the microphone attached to it? Or
well, the microphone's going through the soundboard, so it's connected to both computers.
Ooh, I've got my roadcaster
too many buttons, dude.
Yeah.
Too many buttons. It confuses me.
Yes.
I'm a simple person. So the that artifact
Yes.
helps with the credits, and the grade 7 Outpost exchange chests, both the regular one and the elite one,
Yes.
have a decent amount of mats in them
Oh, huge.
and a
Yeah.
decent amount of resources in them, which the resources may be with the Reaver are less important, but that so I got level 1 of all of them, and then I was like, I wonder which one's gonna, because that was not on my radar,
Yes.
but it made like a 10% difference at level 1
Oh, wow.
net,
Okay. Wow.
which is
Okay.
a lot,
It's huge.
which pushed me from needing to do 2 of them to open the grade 7 elite to
Yeah.
doing 1,
Amazing.
which is huge.
Huge.
So I think if you're still interested in those chests, that specific artifact moved to the top, because I don't have any problem getting enough retaliation plunder by punching down with a loot crew.
Yeah.
So that piece is already set for me, but those chests were challenging, and I think for people that really aren't very engaged, it's very hard to punch up.
Yeah.
And
Agreed.
so, I'm trying to do 80s to be able to do it, and struggling on the elites and really struggling with the chest. Now it's a joke. It's easy.
Yeah. No, that's amazing.
It's
Very
like
good point.
it's a
So,
gimme.
so Tiberius is right then. I stand corrected in the fact that he, that could be a way to go to open these. Now, personally, Lost in, I hit the 73s. I can open this immediately, the grade 7. And same thing with the elite. I can do it very, very quickly to open it. And I just do a 73 elite, which I know I can already defeat and do that one. So I've been doing them quite regularly, and they've been very, very good at sort of getting there. So yeah, very good point, and always good to hear every single side, and also very good to hear when people bring up a good debate and are absolutely spot on with it, and they are correct with that typewriter. So this could be a way to go, and that could be amazing. Tank, Don't Test the Production, that's amazing. So today's a good day to die. One of the 10 things that has been mentioned on the list, which has been said that's been approved, is the Officer Depot token store in some capacity. So I don't know if it'll be brought with a twist or whatever it is, but it's something they're looking at and they're going to investigate. They still want some RNG, so it's all about just seeing what they're going to do. What's needed to kill a 73? Very good point. Let's form Voltron. Thanks, Lostin. Thank you very much for mentioning that. He's got to leave now. Thank you so much, Lostin. So, Voltron, Zedacron did an amazing setup, which he's put into the Discord. Just have a look at the Academy section. Not the Academy section, the Outpost section. He put his crew that he used. So he had a tier 12 Vengeance, and he used a Serene Squall. Those were the two he used to defeat a 73. He's got a great crew set up for that one, and that'll be important. Mashed Potato says, ask them to remove the officers to have completed from the depot chest. That was a suggestion, Mashed Potato. They still want, that makes it someone who's bigger to get there a lot quicker, which they don't want to. The perfect way to by not streaming at all. Exactly, for Floyd Davino. That's the best way to do so. Now everyone has Cisco unlocked or max, so the artifact would be good for those folks. Absolutely agree, Crisito. So even if you haven't unlocked him, this would be great. It gives you some loot and stuff like that, which is terrific, and will help you towards that, which is awesome. I'd also be fine with depot tokens still being RNG as long as it doesn't give you bad depot tokens. The other suggestion, Divine, is to split the officer depot tokens into smaller RNG boxes, i.e. like the faction ones in the recruit section, so that at least you have a chance of between, 5 to 10 officers that you can actually get, not 116 or 117, whatever it is, that is currently in one of those boxes, which is absolutely nuts. So there is a compromise there of discussion, but it's something that they're looking at, as well as looking at the Vengeance ability sourcing, as well as looking at various other things that's been sent in as well. So I collected this from you guys doing the things. It's been told to me that it's been read, and it's been told to me it's been sent to the team, and they're discussing ways to look at it, which is fantastic. So that's what we should do if we can get some good to happen, and to help everyone's game improve. That's our most important thing. Tiberius says, I've been asking them to split recruit boxes 2.5 years since they did it for Cow. Agreed, Tibbs. Agreed. And I think you guys in the official CCs are doing a tremendous job. And I think hopefully with a little nudge from our side, and a little nudge from other sides, and a little nudge from whoever else is speaking to them will guide it to the way that you know to make it work. So you guys have always been absolutely right. What's the source for the Ensign launch com badge? The Ensign launch com badge. The sourcing for it. What's the sourcing for these artifacts? That will not be revealed in this arc. They'll be do that. So, sorry, yeah, go ahead.
Hey, Nigel. No, I think he's talking about Ensign Lynn's Combedge. It's one of those 3 artifacts. Remember we brought up before that have no current sourcing still. The 3 old ones.
Yes, there will be some sourcing. That's all I can say. It is on the list of the 10, by the way. So it's already on there. So it's on the list of 10. So we'll see what they're aware of it very heavily now. So that is something for them to decide how they wish to distribute it or do anything with it, or whichever way they wish to put it in. So that is definitely one of those things. So the idea is to do that as well. Sugar Fat Man says, I just spent 1.8 million depot tokens. They'll make them any better day now. Yeah, dude, can you imagine? This would be the one. How about Tal or Lieutenant Picard, Angry Lou? Thank you for reminding about that. I will put that on my next thing to bring up. So thank you for that. I'll put it on my list right now. That'll be awesome. And Trellin's tokens, where do we spend them? So the 1 Trellin token's only designed for it's only designed for your meta. So it's only designed to increase the number in your meta in every single thing. It's not designed to be spent that 1 token every single time. We should do that. No. Nothing's been gagged. That's weird. What are you talking about, Floyd Davino? What did I stop saying? That's odd. Very weird thing to say. You don't have their scoring metric. Yeah, exactly. They're just a scoring metric for that one, the 1 time. Why a token for the meta? That's how they design the scoring. So it gives you 100 points. That's all it is. Yeah. Not on any other meta. On this specific one, that's how they designed it. JK, I'm not a designer. You know. Oh, it's invisible token that's supposed to be seen. Yeah, maybe. I have no idea why it's there. It just confuses everybody, and everyone asks me a question saying, "Where am I supposed to spend this?" Well, you don't spend it. What am I supposed to do with it? I don't know. You can't talk about the future sorting artifacts. No, Floyd, because I don't know. I know there'll be some sourcing, but I can't say exactly where or where it is or God knows how. So I have no idea, Floyd. Genuinely don't. If I did, I would probably tell you, but I don't. They've got like plans for it, whatever those plans are. So we'll see what they are. Hopefully they'll be good. Where did you say for Outpost crews? Zedacron put a very good crew setup in the Outpost link on the Discord, which would be Catron Little Devil, Waves and Lurks. Okay. And Lurks. Thanks, Karen the Devil. Oh, come on in, just follow us. We all know previous artifacts come from Formadas. Yeah, or they'll put it somewhere like we had the Transition Store or whatever, and anything like that. That will be something that they will look at. But I think that the Battle Pass is good. That's important. And for G5s and G4s, I just want more details around that. The more you can help me with, the better it makes it for me, which would be amazing. Torrent sourcing, pay store only. We will get an information regarding torrent sourcing soon. We've been told that, you know, it's a material potentially change every weekend, but we haven't seen it. We have no idea, but no one's confirmed anything, so nothing's confirmed at the moment. I would have thought that Trelane was written twice as a mistake, but I may be wrong. Well, yeah, go ahead, Shockwave.
I just wanted to let everyone know that we did. I asked a question yesterday in private server about his sourcing, and then I asked it twice. Sniper reiterated it once. We were told it was sent up. We're hoping it rotates out, because Trelane is definitely not a major blockbuster when it comes to sourcing the officer sourcing that we need.
Yeah, true. And you know, Torrens the back is the one back with it. I just hope you know, when I get the itch, I get an itch, and I'm not saying I read this anywhere, but I got an itch, and I have a weird feeling. I'm like, they wouldn't do what I'm thinking. So I don't really want to say it out loud. But I'm getting the itch, which I usually get quite close to what I'm thinking. Yay on the game and saw the duo event. Another I can't do, no Athena. Joey, yes, agreed with that one. Can you also get a cream itch for that? No, I wish it did. Makes a turkey chip and super turkey chip. Yeah, exactly. Roar says, so not to throw a spanner into the works. You always do, but that's okay. That's what I'm here for. It's been over a year. Can we get them to consider alternative path for arenas? Expecting people to be free on a Friday night is inconsiderable, and to put it mildly. Roar, suggestion that I made is a 6-day rotation, so it changes every single week. Does that make you happy? Hopefully. If that works, that's been suggested by Lube. Loads of content creators have suggested that, and that would work out so well. Hope it's not tied to certain monthly event. No, I hope not. All of the alternatives were Monday and Friday, but hopefully they'll do a 6-day rotation. They'll be on a Thursday one week, Wednesday the week after, all that sort of stuff, and it just appears at different weeks. People in the regular teams don't have issues. The rest of us have. Exactly, but it opens up that door. So the 6-day rotation is the suggestion to do so. The officer that will be a special XSLB with top 5 rewards only. You heard it here first. No. I wish I was thinking that. I'm thinking something even worse. So, Candajal says, I have a suggestion. I want to see the events I have not finished front and center. Okay, yeah, great suggestion. We can put that in. Let me add that to my list. No problem. There you go, buddy. Thank you. They need to get rid of the recall. They need to recall ships for arenas. I think that's a hard one, Galileo. If they do, you know how in the Veil, where they figured out transitionless transitions, does that even make sense? Where basically you're not crossing a server. Once they sort that out for incursions, they add that to arenas, then maybe the recall thing can be sorted. Do you agree? Like, I think that technology would suddenly become available if they can, get it in all those things. I think that will be the important part. Alex Power says, can they free sourcing for Mirror Ahura to allow us some arena loot without needing to do arenas? We can ask the question, certainly. That's definitely. Recall's a low priority, agreed. I think getting arenas to work will be better rather than seamless transition into an arena, if you get what I mean. And I think they're just figuring out that technology. We know because Quasel said last week that they were trying to figure out something to do a transition-ish list thing with regards to Veil, and that's potentially what may have been removed or whatever for incursions while they're trying to adjust it, make it work. But that technology would then make it easier to go into arenas, and you don't have to recall ships because you're not physically moving an account from one thing to another. Do you see what I mean? And I think that would then create the path that we need to achieve that, which I think would be the way to go. More premium mirror dust sourcing is definitely something that we need to put in there. Yeah, that is on the list. I'm also still waiting for server merge to restore life. We're August Valkyrie, I believe, they will be looking heavily into those server merges. So keep a close eye. It won't be long, and we'll see when the next set of ones arrive. But I feel like they're going to try and just breathe life into it by doing a lot of that. Roar says Arena is a tier 2 system. Our power players don't feel the pain. The average player does. Getting 2 others to click ready, then show up for the battle is so frustrating. Most of my corp doesn't participate. Agreed. These are problems I found. Server merge turned my game into Farmville. But it could go the opposite way, John Ghost. It could become a different thing. Abs, your thoughts on that arenas thing? Do you feel like the power and thing? But the problem is like you need more people, Abs, to sort out the matchmaking. So you're chicken and egg. How do you solve it?
So I play both my accounts, and I don't usually have a problem myself. It seems there's a surge in people that play at the beginning and then a little bit before the end, but it drops off sharply in the last hour.
Yeah.
I went to play my Ops 40 account, and I could not get a reasonable team that knew anything. People would be sitting there, people would join, ready up, and as the creator is just sitting there. So there's no way to communicate unless you know how to look up a player and then message around the long way. So there needs to really, if you could open up communication with people, open up a chat or something like that, I think that would do great things to encourage people to get together, get teams together, figure out strategies. Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. I think that would suddenly solve a lot of problems. I mean, some people may not want to do voice, but at least some sort of in arena chat where almost like an extra tab appears and you can be, hey guys, let's do this. You go do this, you go do that. I just get DMs saying, hey, do you want me to sting this person while you go and do that person? I'm like, just go and score and leave them to me. As you know what I mean? Like, and having those communications would be very, very interesting. I like this idea, Abs, and I wonder what you think. I'm going to read it out. I was like, that's interesting. Arena training system. Would you like that?
What I mean, what do you think is involved with that?
I would
Like
have
a
thought
tutorial that you have to go through, that you maybe go versus some PvE, so that you kind of work through the routines.
or you as a team just go against, I don't know, maybe computer-based teams or other players, just to no rewards, just pure fighting, and see if you can.
Then you don't have the incentive.
Yeah, I don't know.
So you're gonna have to have some sort of incentive.
True. I think you're going right there. So
but I do like the idea, like if you had some sort of coaching thing that it was against AI or whatever, PvE basically.
Yes.
That it would say, okay, now make an armada. Okay, now go and try to hunt these. Move out of the armada. You can return to the armada.
Well, I mean, does it know loopholes? Do you know what I mean? Technically a loophole, right? Technically a loophole. Do you know what I mean? Like, I'm not sure if it's supposed to be working like that, but a lot of, like, I had a great player on Friday, an Op 69, that was unbelievable at doing it. I was just getting smashed left, side, and center. It was like watching, RMG DOS on a chessboard. Very boring, and you always get hit with a checkmate. And I was like, oh God, not again. I keep getting beat, but this guy was scoring all the armadas, going, yes, lad, go and. It's absolutely amazing. Strategy isn't a loophole. I agree. Shiz, just amazing. Yeah, I was low blow to RMG DOS. Just low blow. What? Yeah, watching you play. Hey, wait a minute. Abs, what was it? RMG DOS do RMG DOS do RMG DOS do RMG DOS. He loves that thing, doesn't he?
DOS gets all the attention with the sharks and the crabs and everything.
Well, basically anything annoying in the history of mankind is available for RMG DOS at all times. Please do go and RMG DOS. He is trying to get to 1,000 followers. Genuine request from me. He's trying to get to 1,000 followers because it makes him verified on chess.com. He's already a FIDE master. He deserves the credit. So it would help him out if we can follow him. Just go and give him a quick follow. You don't have to go watch him. I mean, it's boring as hell. Who the hell watches a guy play chess? Do you know what I mean? You know what I'm saying, blood? Yeah. Like, who watches a guy move a chess piece around and sing shark songs? Well, that's him. But do follow him. Just click the follow button. Do us a favor, just click on it. You can just do that. But yes, unfollows and refollows. That's how it works, right? Yes, exactly. Be nice. Ahem! RNG DOS, which is amazing. But yeah, maybe an arena training system could be cool. But sure. That's another way that we can look at, and that's really cool. Have a PvE grind mode so people can score arena currency solo at a slower rate than winning a match with the same commitment. Maybe in that training thing, you're only allowed to initiate it once a week, Abs, maybe, and to score, and then you can only get so many, and it's not worth it. It's better you just go and do an arena match, but it gets you enough to do a single pull every single day for a week or something. Do you know what I mean? But then you want to encourage more people to play PvP so you can get better matchmaking. So it's like a chicken egg scenario. I just want them to get rid of the loss of rep points to losing. That's something that I can definitely bring, and it's on my list to look at, which would be amazing. And that's important for us to sort of bring up to the team. Because
the loss of points is a little bit demoralizing when you can't get a team that knows what they're doing.
Yeah. But
exactly, because most of us, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt, but I wanted to reiterate like what Alberon just said. Like, it is demoralizing because, like I said in the chat, I'm on later than my team, so I can't just always like rely on them and like set something up great. So I'm stuck with whatever I can find. Sometimes I can't find anything, or I find teams that don't know what they're doing, and I'm doing the best I can, but then I'm losing constantly, and it is demoralizing because I'm trying my best. Or like, I'll go into an arena and I'm the only one that shows up because they're all sitting in their bases and I'm the only one fighting, but I'm going to lose points for trying. So that hurts. So I get like, you don't have to give me points if I don't win, but if I win, give me the points, but don't take them away because there's so many things outside of our control.
Yeah, true. Or make the loss really low, like 10 points, and then make the win really big with 1,000 points, so that at least you have to lose, almost 100 times to lose the amount of points. But one win makes a difference. Do you know what I mean?
If you look at if they actually looked at the rankings of the players, like how many times you see such a mismatch in the power numbers and that, so that if you're up against a team that's way harder than you, maybe you don't lose so much, but you win big. If you're way overpowered, maybe you just don't win as much, but you,
Yeah,
right?
Yeah, exactly. That could be good. Ash, Archimedes says arena's not fair. That's the problem. The problem is, Archimedes, to make it fair, you need more players to play so you can get better matchmaking. And Halo brings up a good point. Was it Halo that brought it up that they should put a cooldown on rematches so that you don't face the same team 3 times? When you get defeated by one, you're like, oh my god, it's the same person again. And they've now buffed their ship, so it's even stronger, so I can't even retaliate against them, and you're like, oh my god, which is absolutely nuts. Making arena losses net 0 or positive would increase participation. Agreed. I think those little things. Yes, Sniper.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, like, that rematching thing is definitely a problem. Like I've run into that a bunch of times. Like one night when I was doing, I think we must have rematched the same team like 6 times.
Yeah.
And I in fact had the opposite problem. I felt like really bad for them because, we were dominating them, and I was like, man, they can't even complete their SMS because we're just like,
obliterating.
we're just like wrecking them, right? And I'm I'm like, it's almost the end of the arena time. So it's like, oh man, should I just like put one hand behind my back just to like send only like one ship in, or like it's crazy. It's like I don't want to do that, but it's it's kind of like they keep on putting us against the same people.
Yeah,
you feel bad. You almost want to let them win because the position they're in, but at the same time, yeah,
your competitive nature takes over, and you suddenly become an absolute, oh my god, I've got to destroy these people. Foster says what we're missing is a friend list, so you can make a friend list, make these, and notify you when they're there. Yeah, that's also a very good point. I never finished the SMS, says August Valkyrie. Susie Q22, we've had that rematch constantly with the same and keeps getting blasted. Yeah, that's true. And that's the thing. I faced a guy who's a 73 and was way stronger than me, and at the first match, I was like, I can hold him off long enough for my team to score. The second match, he boosted Cerritos, he NSCA protected Omega 13, he threw everything at it, and I just went, well, there goes my chances of ever defeat. And he just whooped me every time, and I just wasted so many of those arena repair tokens, and I refused to buy the pack to ever get, the 10 repairs and all that sort of stuff. We just need to do that. We need a ship cut. If the best player is an up 66, a higher player can only use ships up to 66. Yeah, maybe, but I think research will, Archimedes will become bigger. RMG DOS says, a Boldron's arena team cheats by playing smart and competitively. It's so unfair. It's like watching you playing chess. Smart and competitively, and I will still whoop you when I go on one-on-one against you. And all I need to do is win one, DOS. And if I beat you once, I don't think I'll ever let you live it. So be careful. Maflat says, I tried to get into arena match a few weeks ago and wasted hours. No starters, got kicked, and my ranking's so low, not wanted, almost impossible to catch up, it seems. Yeah, agreed. They need to do something about that. Or introduce a debuff to winners. Yeah, maybe. One of the few joys I get from Arena is when someone max forts their Rialta with the biomimic gel and the other Wallet Warrior, any other CT, and you wait it out and steal a win. Exactly. And then buff to losers. Yeah, exactly. Sorry. And a buff to losers. Yeah, exactly. Maybe a chance to just try and even it out in some way. Well, they can do galactic anomalies now, which are absolutely great. And that is one thing that I'd like to bring up. Yes, Taco.
So,
yeah,
this is about the arenas.
Yes.
So, the one that just passed, I tried doing arenas. I don't like doing it.
Yeah.
On both my accounts because it's boring.
Yeah.
And it's always laggy. But why is there an issue for them to for the loading to even be in a match, or it's lagging when there isn't the whole. It's only about maybe less than 10% of the community that does it, that the player base does it. So why is there a huge lag during them when not everyone does it?
I have no idea, but something for them tech-wise to have a look at, because that would be very, very important to do so. I mean, for them to check, because that lag issue is causing a lot of problems and things like that people sort of look at. Top Scene, thank you for following us. Yes, I know to follow all only chat. Thank you very much for following us and doing so. And that will be important because the cube is fundamentally broken. Hey, Top Scene, how you doing? Well, welcome in, my friend. Lovely to see you in there. Yeah, there's loads of things to talk about with arenas, and I think we can look at that in some way. Sniper, you want to close this one off as we move into the officers? Anything you'd like to do, bring into this at all?
Yeah, I think arenas is one of those areas where they do eventually need to circle back. I mean, it's only a small amount of the place that actually still does them, which is part of the problem with matchmaking, as you can imagine. Less people there, less good matchmaking is going to happen. But I think, I don't think that in general that should be a major focus because there's so many other problems. Like, it should definitely be something they look at again because there was like a few month period where they did make some tech changes to arenas, tried a few things, mixed results, let's say at best. So it's likely some deep-seated issues they need to maybe even like just totally redo the feature as something different, maybe using the new tech that they use for the veil or some other method like that. But I could just tell you that I still do get big tech issues in the arena.
Mm-hmm.
Had some just last week. That crazy subspace interference issue, where I kind of completely couldn't even move during the arena, which was annoying. So yeah, and I was having to both my ships across reboots, across cache clearing. So it's like I just couldn't get to work at all for a period of time. Which sucks, and again goes to the thing like, oh well, if I lose a match because of tech issues, I still lose ranking and lose points, right? Like someone like me is not as big of a deal because I could just make it up in the next match unless it happens to be the last match of the night, But it is a big deal for the community at large, and I think if we want to revitalize arenas, we definitely got to get the tech fixed, right?
Yeah,
That's
100%.
number one.
And one idea I love is something a Boldron says. Imagine there's 2 more systems and you can't split yourself across those 3. And suddenly you can score in those systems, and it makes it very interesting tactically on where you go and how you defend, which would make it interesting. But yeah, it needs a complete revitalization. Floyd even says, I can't think of anything that would make me do arenas again. Well, it needs a complete revamp, right? So it requires that something quite big, Sniper. Something like that.
And by the way, the multi-system thing was one of my big suggestions, if you recall that.
Yeah,
I sent that quite a bit ago. Maybe it's something we put on Cameron or the new GM's desk and throw that out there. Again, I don't want it to overshadow the other issues. Like, we got a long list of things that need to be fixed that are even more impactful. But as long as we're talking about arenas, I do think maybe it's time to rehash some of the tech fixes and revitalization ideas that the community has had over the years that honestly hasn't been addressed.
Yeah, exactly. And, and there's loads. Alex Power says they can cap impulse speed. Foster says an arena with GA that could cut impulse speed by 50% could be hilarious. Sloth arena. Oh, my God. That sounds terrible. Don't ever do that again. That would not be worth it. But Alex Power says they capped impulse speed. None of my capped impulse speed ships can outrun a regular PvP cruise ship. And that's a problem. Divine says all I had to do is ban the cube from arenas, reinstate impulse speed not being capped. Yeah, it could be a thing. Ken Ban says, tried arena last week, kept having issues the whole night. Unable to warp ships in the system, ships porting back to your base, disconnected from the game after every match, game crashes, and tried buffing our ships and would lose them due to bugs. So frustrating, we gave up 5-6 matches. And Kemban, you missed one. The fact that goddamn ad appears every time you restart. When you start...
yeah, that one.
Oh, my God. I was like... And then you're now on your server, there's an ad. And then when you go back to a game, there's another ad. And then I'm like, can you stop showing me ads? That ad appears at the end of arenas, at the beginning of the next arena, and every restart you ever do. And it's like, no, stay away. Yeah. That's really frustrating.
It's really counterproductive to them because it pops up and people's natural instinct is just to close it as soon as possible. They don't even read it. So they're not doing themselves a service by doing it every time.
Yeah, it's funny.
You form the habit of, I got to close this and never look at it.
Oh, Chronox says, what ads? Chronox has a special setup where ads, he doesn't think, and Chronox doesn't even play arenas. He's like, yeah, whatever. It's a complete turnoff. Yeah, exactly. Your natural sort of muscle memory is to click that off and to do so, but that would be something to sort of look for. And Roar, don't worry about that. I'm happy to talk about anything that players want to talk about, and that was genuinely okay. And he says about this, you can choose to do arenas only FKR ships, optional tag maybe, and yeah.
Hey, we need to tell Chronox that we need an ad blocker on the community mods.
Ad blocker on the community.
My goodness.
Do you know what? I bet Chronox has one, but he's not allowed to say.
Oh my God.
Get him the community mod no longer supported.
All of a sudden, I'm so in right now.
Yeah, so Chronox got that evil smile that he's put down in Discord, and I'm like, oh yeah, what ads? Oh, okay, I see what it is. Okay. So, Darksmith, and this is good. We need a community mod to block. Okay, great. And block ads in Dominus, absolutely right. Darksmith says, the Trelane Duo Waves comp did not have the points for the event because the comp chest had an extra start instead of the extra event points, because 99% of the time players would rather get the extra loot from reducing additional start than they would scopely handed out the event points. Okay, cool. That's fair enough. The entire game, Alex Power, is becoming an ad. Pop-ups are awful, but the heroic events are so effectively ad. Mashed Potato says, Chronox, take my money. There's people that are willing to pay you, Chronox. I mean, money making, STFC.Pro needs a little bit of a boost. So, I mean, there's something you can do there.
Hell, I don't pay, but I'd pay for it.
Yeah, exactly. Which would suddenly make it very interesting. Hey, Smelly Beardy, welcome in. And then we get to this. Let's move on to the officers, right? We got two outstanding, we got one officer I'm going to chase, and there is another officer Lube says he's going to chase. Who the hell listens to Lube? He's like, Trelane's the officer I'm going for. I'm like, are you really? What in the world are you using that officer for? But anyways, that's what Luke wants to do, and what I want to do is go after Torin. And Trelane, the officer that he's going for, is a Duo Waves one. So you have it for this weekend's material spend. We're hoping next weekend we'll do that. Look how close I am to Trelane anyway. And that'll be the one to go for. So what is Trelane? To me, Trelane is a better version of SNW Pike, because Trelane is also Strange New Worlds, SNW, which means he has synergy across those things, and that makes a huge difference. He doesn't gain synergy benefits, but you can also put them in that. Are any of the new artifacts worth the effort? Yes, I'll speak about that, Wally. The typewriter, Tiberius suggests it for your outpost loot, which is very, very good. A lot of people make great suggestions why. The Picard's teacup is very, very good for isolating damage, and the Kirk spectacle is very good for Apex sort of barrier for outposts. Everything's for outposts. So depending where you want with outposts, don't it be worthwhile. Otherwise, I'd go for something else would be in there. But Trelane, right? So Trelane's got this ability to 10%, but he doesn't gain anything from synergy, and his below deck ability improves up to 50,000 at Apex barrier by 5k, and it does it during Duo Waves. Do I think he's exciting? No. And to be honest with you, this is what I expect Shockwave Prime to look like. Never seen what he looks like in real life, but this is what I expect Shockwave Prime to look like.
I'm never going to unsee that now. Yeah, Shockwave, this is now what you look like.
I feel this is what Shockwave looks like. He's got, the whole long thing and whatever. Oh, Shockwave's not even...
You got to change his profile pic on the stream.
Yeah, to Shockwave Prime.
Seconded.
He's no longer the transformer.
And are you ready for the full version of the joke? Here it is. So, like we say, he is a Temu version of a certain other player. And this is a Temu version of an SNW Pike. So this is Shockwave Prime.
Wow.
So yeah, a long-winded joke. So all set up in a very unique way.
Wow.
Trelane, I mean, okay, G4.5 or whatever the hell you say you are, Ghost Pepper. Yes, Chase, you want him? Trelane?
I can't go for him.
Trelane? Oh, I know someone who would go for him. I don't do PvP, Nigel. Oh no, I only like to do all these
I
things.
love
with you.
PvP, but I don't have the option to go for it.
To do waves a little bit. Ladies and gentlemen,
I mean, Quasel has access to everything.
Quasel. Ooh la la. So
I mean, Ghost Pepper, you could have the option if you grow up.
Oh, see, here we go.
Yeah, does Ghost Pepper even play the game? That's a question that's
Shut up.
You can ask her directly. Quasel, we just started with the officers right now. Trelane, for you, genuine feedback. Is he worth going for? What's he good for? Are you personally going to chase him? And if you are, why?
I'm a little bit on the fence because in the end, I don't think I need him anymore. Like
anymore,
you know, my Athena is now tier 6, in maybe not too long for tier 7. I can do 70s easily. 73s might be nice, but not needed really, you know. And I'm not too much into doing dual waves anyway, so I can pull a lot on based on my 70 waves I'm doing.
Yeah.
So there isn't really the need. I mean, if I can unlock him, yeah, sure. I mean, he's a solid officer, and he would make life easier, maybe doing 73s, but then dual waves.
But
Sorry,
okay,
it's like
if he makes life easier doing 73s, he does because why? Genuine feedback. Like, so if you want to teach someone, the reason he helps you with 73s, you'd put him on, and he would be useful because.
Because it's kind of a second Strange New World Pike.
Yeah.
But takes only one slot, and that doesn't need synergy. So I could use him, for example, with Seska Sudar and him.
Oh, yeah,
which is better than 1 of 11.
Yeah.
So I'm getting 10% immediately damage to the shields. So as long as my shields holds, he's the single best officer in that spot with Seska and Sudar.
Okay.
Because he's better as 1 of 11, is better as the others. And his officer ability gives me an additional benefit. Because
yeah, the officer ability gives you the apex barrier by 5,000 on tier 1, 50,000 in tier 5 during a wave defense, which even 5,000 is pretty impactful-ish, right? Ish?
Ish, because you have around 8 to 10, 11k already. Ish. Depending on account in G7. So, and the question is, can we upgrade him, and how quick can we upgrade him? So, long term, getting him up, I mean, that's nice additional epics barrier to maybe improve your vengeance or your secondary ship. So yeah, but then how much? I have always a problem with officers that are kind of for one use case.
Yeah, that's true. And
but maybe we need to get used to that.
Yeah, and I think the important thing Simon says, he says, I'm chasing Torin because I already have Trelane, while also he is another SNW Pike. He is limited to waves only. Already waffle stomp the 73 duos by myself, which is amazing. A lot of people are asking, Quasel, because when you sent the message, I told everybody you're helping someone with an Apple website, not Apple the product, but an Apple fruit. And everyone's like, Wicked says, wait, I thought Quasel was off baking apples. Freud Divino says, well, I thought Quasel was busy with apples. Crisito says he is better at Quasel, but only in duo ways and very, very niche. Absolutely agree. So Quasel, yeah, apparently you're helping website making apples. That's your choice, and I guess that's what it is. Would I chase this officer? If I had a choice between the two, I would say I personally would go for Torin, and the reason I'd go for Torin is because he is a lot better in so many different ways for me. Not only does he do this mathematically, I was hoping you'd get a sheet out, but you stopped sharing your screen these days, Quasel, because you've given up on me, and that's fair enough. But the increased portion of the Sigma Trit is huge, because even at tier, if you can get him to tier 5, that 10-22 to 1 is huge difference. Huge.
Yeah, and
I'll make a difference with it, yeah. Go on,
You
Quasel.
can use the sheet where the reaver is, because Jules added the officer as an option to be selected.
Oh, amazing. Have you got that up on your screen, or do I need to have a look at it somewhere?
I'm on my way to prepare it, because I was busy helping a friend with
Apple
he has an
website.
online job project, and asked way too late for feedback, and now you know how it is. A little bit of consultants.
If you can DM me the sheet,
so.
I can get that up and running. Does does
Give
Data
me
Flash?
a second, can do more for you.
Amazing, thank you so much. Data Flash, if you're here, my lovely friend, is there a way of adding Torin into your wonderful app? Because I'm doing a video about it, and I'd love to add him in. I think this would be a very good addition to the app. I don't know if that's an easy thing. Wait, are they green apples? We don't know, Baldron. We can ask the question. We'll see. I need to see the Apple website since I grow and sell apples. Oh, General Oak does that. So he's quite happy to see websites made for apples. Shockwave Prime, Torin is your officer of choice, isn't he? And you'll love him. By the way, we talked about the other officer, Timu Shockwave. We call him because he's basically, that's what we expect you to look like. You look like Trelane.
Trelane is like talking about Torin.
Oh.
I have.
You're cutting up, Shockwave. You're cutting up. You're cutting up over street. You're cutting up till cutting.
Is Shockwave got his Transformer voice going?
Yeah. Transformers, robots in disguise.
I'm trying to speak in Megatron.
Oh, here we go. He's coming back in again. We've just seen website by Sniper. Trizito says, I do think Quasel's on something, though, where all new officers will be single-use call, especially there. Yes, Shockwave. You're still cutting, Shockwave.
Okay.
Oh. Nope. He's cut up again. Shockwave, good try. Crisito brings up a very good point. He says, I do think that Quasel's onto something, though, where all new officers will be single-use, call them, specialty officers, just like ships, the days of Shen and other officers would be on it. What type of apples? That's the question everyone's asking, but Quasel can't do so. But what I can show you is Quasel actually's got something on his screen. And you know, when we go to Quasel, we try and figure out why it's green.
Cheat sheet has a huge update. Have a look.
Wait a minute. It's still green? Why?
Well, he says his friend did something, but who knows?
Yeah, no one knows. Absolutely no one knows why it's green, so it makes no sense. Quasel, what do we have on screen? And tell us about this now. This looks exciting. Go ahead, my friend.
So, it's part of the ops progression spreadsheet. I shared the link in chat on Twitch.
Amazing. Thanks for pinning the template.
There select which tier your Torin has from like not available. And if you look at the row here, you can see it's like on this example settings page on the tier 9 ship. So we can change the ship of the tier.
Yeah.
The tier of the ship. You have kind of 18K pastel, 3K titanium, and about 2K dilithium.
Yeah. So tier 1.
Him, at tier 1, that 3K immediately gets to 6.4K titanium.
Even at tier 1.
And if it's tier 5, it turns into 16. So you can kind of get the biggest number is now titanium get out of the base. So if you're raiding and after Sigma titanium, and who isn't?
Yes.
Then he is really, really impactful to get you more out on Sigma titanium. Titanium. So, yeah.
Yeah, that's very interesting, Quasel. Go back to no tier. Okay, on that one. What's fascinating is look how the par still gets redistributed, right? Because you've got that at 18.58K, I think, because I'm looking at it as a small screen, I can barely see.
I can make it a little bit bigger.
No. It's my blindness more than you. But it looks like 18.58, and then and look at the change. The only thing that I want everyone to be wary of, especially at the upper side, look at the Sigma dilithium as well. So you do lose out in some way. So you either go naked like this, or you add him at tier 1 and look at the difference, right? It drops the Sigma Power Steel, gives you almost double the Sigma Tritanium at tier 1 and drops the dilithium by that. And at tier 2 or 3, let's go up to 3, it's a big jump again, gets to 10, and that makes a huge simple. It says which you'll do that. And then at tier 5, he's just ridiculous, right, Quasel? But look at the Sigma Dill you drop. So it gives you a choice, right? You might have to put him in, because he's an officer ability and there's no captain's ability, you put him on the side and you go, okay, well, I might remove him for this run because I need more Sigma Dill or Sigma Power Steel, and then I might do that. I just feel the Sigma Dilithium might become an issue later on, and that's something they need to sort of figure out. My San says, how do we get more BP from the 2 new officers besides the ones they get in the Battle Pass in the Battleground event? So, my San, the material spent for Trelane, potentially something similar for Torin, but I'm getting the itch, Quasel. I have a feeling, like I'm guessing, completely guessing, where I have a feeling where he may be sourced. And I hope I'm wrong, but I got the itch. I'm getting the itch where I've seen things like this before and went, oh dear God. And I hope I'm wrong, what I'm thinking, which would be interesting. Because ideally, Quasel, we want a material spend that flip-flops between the 2 officers, right? So you have week 1, Trelane, week 2, Torin, week 3, Trelane, week 4, Torin. Or you can give us at least one of Torin at least. That would be amazing. No, I'm not going to say RNG.
Honestly...
I'm not going to say RNG. There's a cream for that. Yes. Yeah. What do you think? There, Mal's nailed it. Is exactly where I'm thinking.
I went there as well. I have no idea. Honestly, I asked the question because I was under the impression that there is every second weekend a different officer, but I don't know yet. The questions has been asked. We will get back to you as soon as we're getting an answer.
Yes, definitely.
But I mean, he would be fitting for incursions, despite me not liking.
I know, and the problem is your incursions coins now are going to the Raoul Reaver and an officer which will be chased like hell. But his PvP ability, I mean, come on, just allow us to unlock him. Please, 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 please. But also, remember, Torin is based in Mirror Universe, so does he have synergy? No. But he does synergize well with your Mirror Universe setup, like the one that no one ever uses in the history of mankind for PvP. How do you not get limited to that store? Well, we don't know, Q-Dog be lurking. This is complete speculation. Not even close to it being mentioning over there. I don't even want to say the word out on the stream because I'm on a different screen right now, so they'll never see what people have written, and because that will be upsetting for me, because I think that would be an absolutely terrible idea if they go that route as well. Maybe that's your don't put incursions. I look forward to playing incursions. Take my 5k to max him out. That sounds ridiculous. Taco, I'll take that 5k any day to max that out. Crisito, I think, has an idea for those things. But also, they have a chance to put potentially, I would put him in the treasury, but I would have thought just have him sourced. Let us enjoy the officer. Like, let us go after him. Let us have the biggest material spend of all time, Quasel, and really go after him. Shockwave, I think you can speak now, right? I hope you can. Maybe.
Is that better?
Yes, we can hear you. And you haven't cut off.
Hello? Okay,
yes.
Good.
Yes.
Yeah, sorry about that. So you guys were talking about the Sigma Trit ability. Yes. I like the below deck ability for PvP. I believe for the individuals that still use Infiltrator Tuvok, I believe that Torin at tier 1 is a solid replacement for a max tier Infiltrator Tuvok, because he's dealing completely with crit mit, which is something that unless you have the skins for the ships,
what did you call it?
You possess crit mit.
Dude, your microphone needs to be way clearer, because that said something completely different in my ears, and I do sound for a living. I was like, what did he say? Critical mitigation.
So
sure. Yeah, okay.
Correct. So I think at tier 1, he's just as impactful as he is with the Reaver ability that he possesses, but only below deck, because everybody, unless you have those ship skins, have a base of 0 right now. So you don't possess any of it. So anything that you get for PvP is a straight bonus. It's not percent based. It's not percent of base. It's not additive. It's not multiplicative. It gives you something that you have 0 of at the moment.
Yes,
for
huge difference.
PvP.
Yeah, huge
So
difference.
it's a huge difference. It will be a huge difference out the gate. And like I said, I think at tier 1, for those that still use Infiltrator Tuvok, which should be a lot of you, he is a solid addition.
Absolutely agree. As you guys can see, increases critical mitigation, full word, against players by 2,500 and rank 5. Critical mitigation provides true critical damage mitigation from all sources after all other bonuses. Every 500 critical mitigation increases the critical damage you take by 1%. That doesn't make sense. Quasel, does that make sense, that sentence?
No, because
you remove, you don't take more damage.
You remove that. Yeah, that's weird wording. In the end, is if you have 50k, like if you get him to tier 5 and you have 50k, you're taking half the damage ish.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
Which is absolutely so. Stony Dude is here, my lovely friend. So yeah, so he makes it, almost takes half the critical damage that you receive in the ship. That's why everyone chases him, right? It's for this ability alone. Him at tier 1 makes a difference.
Well, reading it again, it makes sense, but it's very weirdly worded because
critical every 500
the critical damage you can take. So yeah, it's correct, but it's a weird way to formulate it.
Basically, you take less critical damage.
Yeah, but
so why can't you write the words? You take less critical damage every 500 critical mitigation.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not an English professor like Putz is, but I would have thought that sounds a bit simple. I mean, that just makes me go, increases critical damage you take.
I need to think about it because how the formula is, this might be the more accurate description.
Take your apple and shove it, as far as I'm concerned, in your formulas. How much does less critical damage do you take? Well, if you get to 50,000 critical mitigation, that's half. So if they hit you with 1 million, you get 500,000 hit. Simple as that. Alex Power, does critical mitigation stat have diminishing returns, or does 100% make you take 0? No. So
not at this time.
Yeah, not at this time.
Well,
everything has diminishing returns. Yes.
Yeah.
God. Quasel.
Think about it. If you have 50k and you can take like double the critically hit damage because that's how it's worded. If you're another 50k, we have triple, but the increase from double to triple is not again double. It's only 50% more.
Yes.
And you're getting more. You're getting 25% more. So the more, because your base gets higher. So yes, it's still impactful, but yeah.
Yeah, and the good news about it is, Sniper, am I right? This increases the length of your battle because you're taking less damage per hit, which means FKR ships who maybe didn't have big monstrous hits at the first gun, it gets to round 2, suddenly those ships become interesting. Am I right?
Yeah, absolutely. Because there's two things if you think about it, right?
Yeah.
Most of, if you look at the base damage of a given ship, right? Now, if you're obviously many generations apart, it's going to be different. But if you give any given ship, the base damage is not huge, right?
Yeah.
So where do we typically get a lot of damage? Either by increasing shots or doing criticals, right?
Yes.
And by this point in the game, most G6, G7 players, probably even G5 to some degree, have many, many times critical damage more than their base damage, right? So if you score a critical hit, it's not like you're hitting double the damage. You may be hitting 10 or 15 times the damage that you would normally hit.
Mm-hmm.
So this is how, battles end quickly, right? If you get enough critical hits, you're doing such massive amount of damage, you destroy the other player, right? So what this does is this acts as like another layer of mitigation,
Yes.
specifically only for critical hits, right? And
Yeah.
it's going to, so it doesn't decrease the damage that the critical hit takes. It just adds another layer of mitigation after your standard mitigation, and it applies to both ISO and to standard damage. And it happens like after your apex. So it's almost like another apex barrier in a certain sense, but it only works against critical. So it can be hugely impactful. Like you can imagine, like right after you do the standard and the ISO mitigation, right, for
Yeah.
those, and we could probably at one point go into like a whole detail of how the different mitigations work and all the math behind it. But functionally at a very high level, right? You first have your standard mitigation and ISO mitigation, which are on two different paths, right?
Yes.
And
Yeah.
they
Yeah.
both capped at some point, right? And then you have your apex barrier that applies, that decreases the amount of damage. And after that, before the critical mitigation, you would have it go to your shield at an 80% rate,
Yeah.
and then and obviously it depends on a lot of factors we won't get into, but and then 20% goes to your hull. So that total like 100% that goes to your shield and hull now crit mit, as it's called, right? As the Shockwave vet called it.
Yeah, but I think
that
his first word slipped. But yes, crit mit. Yes, we have to say very clearly. Yes.
yes. So it happens basically, from what I could tell, in between your apex and when it would hit your shield. So whatever that amount of damage is, which already is a reduced amount of damage, right? Because you went through standard mitigation.
And you can see it on screen with
Now-
Quazel's sheet as well.
Yeah, now that's reducing that damage by some percent, right? And since again, this is not yet
Yeah.
an overloaded, kind of stat, it's even some amount is impactful right off the bat,
Yes,
right?
exactly. Yes.
Now a couple of months from now, after this flooded the market, and you have 1,500 researches and ship skins and officers that give it to you, you're going to get diminishing returns. So, a long-winded way of saying yes, there's going to be diminishing returns at some point. It's not going to get to zero. You're never going to take zero damage, right? But it can get very high. You can reduce that damage, for example, like the new base defense ones, right?
Yes.
That give you a bunch of this, that's specifically only to base defense, and they're primes, right? That you have to buy, at least as of today.
Yes.
But they're very
we got a free
impactful.
gift, but yeah.
Yeah. There's a gift, and if you got the battle pass and all, but they're very impactful because again, you don't have much of it right now. So the first batch of it is going to give you a huge amount. Like you can take potentially the damage that you're taking after all the other damage reduction has applied and reduce it by like 50, 60, 70, 80%, again, depending on how much of it you have. So the tiers of these different things before it even goes to hit your shield, right?
Yeah.
So it is very meaningful, right? And I really like the base one, by the way. Helps you crack bases a little easier.
Yeah, true.
Because I think that's something that was been much needed. But yes, this should, in theory, and hopefully, knock on wood, they don't quickly come up with a anti version of this, as they've done with other things.
Yes.
But yes, it should extend battles because you're going to ultimately reduce that damage that happens after all your other mitigations, maybe by 50%, let's say. So you're taking half as much damage. You're going to have a longer battle, presumably, unless you're severely overpowered. Like if I'm like having a G7 rare ship attacking, a Rialta, right, and get a one shot at regardless of the amount of crit mit that you have, right?
Yes.
So, but if if your fight is going like 4 rounds now or 3 rounds now, maybe it'll go to 6 rounds, 7 rounds with just even unlocking it.
Yeah. Well, Sugar Fat Man says anti-critical mitigation cascading coming. Also, Timmy Spartan says, when do we get our first critical shred officer to counter him and make him void?
Oh my god.
Oh my god, yeah, it's there. But this is what I love, right? STFC.PHD's got an amazing battle tool, and that graph tells you pretty much everything. It gives you where the damage comes from, how it works its way through, Quasel. Can you tell us and explain this through? So it starts with the standard damage, and then how does it work?
So that's not a PvP example. That's just an IRL, but you have the standard damage. That's then split like the standard mitigation we have seen from all the years, up to 71.2% you can mitigate. Then you get post the mitigation. Then it goes. There's no isolatic damage. That's why you see on the bottom like 0 isolatic damage and 0 isolatic mitigation. And then it goes into the apex mitigation, which is our apex barrier.
Yes.
And then the remaining part goes into crit mitigation. So all damage you got, it gets split. This example has about 300k crit mitigation. That's why you see about 86% going into crit mitigation, which is huge. With like 50k, we did see half and half, and if you only have the one officer, then it's way less, but it's still noticeable. Then we have the next stage in the battle, how much goes into our shields. That's where we're trying to get that value as high as possible, as long as our shields stay up. And then, of course, you have the hull damage and repair that happens in the next round.
Yeah, no, absolutely
That's
great.
Kind of in a quick overview.
And this is very good. It's good for people to understand how battles work in the game. And this shows it beautifully. And you can upload any of your stuff in here, right, Quasel?
Yeah, and people often search for it, and we need to make that more visible. I'm talking to Suda already.
Yeah.
There's a little arrow beside your ship, and you can then open it up. And you have the first row have the values, so you can also check, okay, epic barrier, how much epic barrier did I have in that battle?
Yeah.
Which is in this case very high, because it's the Athena which has its epic barrier. And then you can see what happens to the damage from my ship to the opponent. And if you want to see the other way around, below is the damage the Venarial did. And you now can see what I did to the opponent.
I love this.
So
this is great.
Because I had isolatic damage, and you can see that changes things. And we had burning, and that's a thing we added. Burning sometimes doesn't look that big. I mean, 1% per round.
Which officer do we use for burning again?
I can't remember. There was a change. Give me a second. Kim.
Kim. RSDJ, thank you for your 100 bits. So many charts. Lovely little thing from them. I'll make sure I pass it on to stfc.phd. That's fantastic. Thank you so much. Neelix, no, Harry. No, wait. Who? Just like it. But that's great.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Give us 2 years and we will get used to it.
Yeah, exactly. And then we'll change it back again, because Kim's never burnt anything in his life. So burning is, you could see it there. That's pretty good. Okay, interesting. I like this.
So you can see that in this case, 40% of the damage came from burning.
Yes.
40%. Almost. Because it doesn't go through all the mitigation steps. It's just flat 1% and is applied at the end.
More useful, obviously, if your matches last longer, which is amazing. So
the longer the fight, the more impactful is burning.
Yeah, RSDJ, I did less research for my GCSEs, he says, compared to what Quasel's showing with that. Ramscoop, Kim is burning with anger for never having been promoted. I love it. Ramscoop, you've got to come up with anything that makes it make sense. Floyd Davino says, Officer Nigel's the burning officer. Floyd Davino, you can kiss my... but what I love about this is that if you never understood how battles worked, or you've got people in your alliances that didn't do that, get them to upload this, right? Upload one of their battles, let them have a look, and they can see clearly where everything is. And this gives you a visual view of how your battle lasts, what you do with it, and how you can adapt to doing so. Elio Elsie says, now we're cooking ability title makes no sense for Kip in my opinion. Yeah, because he can't cook. So now when he's cooking, he burns it.
But I heard they are looking into changing the ability titles because they recognized maybe if we're doing the whole lore thing, let's do it one step further and be more consistent with that.
Yeah.
And I don't blame them for wanting the lore be reflected in game. I just wonder how much other stuff they would need to change to get to the point.
Yeah, they would need to do a lot. They need to do a lot to be fully lore accurate.
Okay.
And I think that's, and I'll just make this one last comment about it so we can move on. But, I think the problem is they did recognize the fact that, there is a potential lore improvement in the fact of making Felix a morale officer.
Yeah.
Even though technically, I believe he, lore accurately was a cook in the episode earlier than he was a morale officer, but
Sure.
that's just
Yeah.
a total nerd thing. But the point is, so it made sense for him to be a morale officer if you're going to have a morale officer. The problem is they took it a step too far in swapping the ability because it didn't make sense for Kim to be a burning officer, right? So
Well, yeah.
it did make sense for Neelix to be a morale officer. It just didn't make sense for him. And I realize you can't have Neelix be both the burning and morale because you can't have him on two
Why
different
not have
ships,
two Neelix versions? I mean,
Well, yeah, and then he can have a 50% chance of doing either, but 100% chance to do at least one. And also, a Baldron has got a lore question for you, Sniper. Ready?
Yeah.
Galaxy Quest.
Oh my god.
And ding, 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 the winner from a Baldron wins with one single comment.
Wow, okay. He won the internet today.
No lore issues because we are in an alternate timeline with a lots of different changes. And that's the beauty of the game, because that way they can integrate it all into one time, because they all came here to various stories of time shifts and travels and alternate choices and whatever. So in the end, isn't anything possible in an alternate version? I mean, come on.
Yeah,
they need to pull a Doctor Strange, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Doctor Strange from the MCU, where he said there's like 14 million possibilities. So whenever anyone says anything, you say, "Oh, wasn't one of the 14 million possibilities."
Yeah, one of the 14 million possibilities.
So I think here's my suggestion.
Yeah, go on.
This is going to piss people off, but it's like, come out with a mission, and in that mission, have a alternate timeline version of Harry Kim being the cook.
Okay. Oh,
yeah, it makes sense.
Yeah. Then we can be like, oh, see, it meets the lore of this alternate universe.
I actually support this.
No, and I'll tell you why. Duke Vengeance says he's so bored he's going to start a war. He says Kim was a better morale officer than Neelix. See the very last episode of Voyager and his speech. He's like he's going to burn down the people that suggested it. So fair enough. That's your choice there, Duke Vengeance. Jim P.I. says to think that STFC management is willing to make a fast change for things while thousands. Yeah, but look, at the end of the day, they've made it. We've now gone past it. We've just got to move on with it. But yeah, it shows that burning is quite useful, as Quasel shows on his screen. But also that Torin is an officer that we all want and something worth chasing. So we'll see. Well, actually, it's not about whether we want him or not. They should be sourcing for him, right? So Scopely, alternate weekend. I'm sure you made a minor error and wrote Trelane's names twice when you wanted to write Torin's name the second time, right? We'll just say that was the error that happened.
I mean, I honestly think back on to strike teams. PvP stuff has always a higher price point, almost always, because that stuff there are people that more likely to spend on. I don't like it, but honestly, I expected it. Sadly, after I saw the announcement, to maybe be a little bit more pricey to get him.
Yeah, I hope whatever they suggest is going to be.
I hope they reconsider. I'm with you there.
Yeah, well, I don't know about reconsidering, because I just think the right thing to do is just put him alternative weekends. Or, okay, give Trelane 2 weekends if the fourth weekend is like, you want to put a depot token-y type thing. But
give us the same first weekend and last week where we can have a choice.
Yeah, maybe. I want Trelane, but I'm G. Okay, Sugar Fat Man says I want Trelane, but I'm G5 now, so no new officer for you. For Ghost Pepper, what you guys see as an officer? Just so I can reflect. I believe it's.
We only for our battle pass is just Carol.
What
that
Carol?
I see in mine.
Who is great,
we don't have
by the way.
access. Right. There's nothing wrong with that, but we don't have access to the new ones at all.
Okay, that's something. So what? And then in your this material spend weekend, what do you have?
Hold please.
Let's see.
Oh yeah. Sorry, I had it right here on the computer. Hold on.
That's okay. No worries. And that will be a main spend event. So Sugar Fat Man says the spend event is SNW Sam Kirk. Great officer as well. So SNW Sam Kirk, let me show you Sugar Fat Man. One of my favorite setups that I do, and I use it actually on the Excelsior quite a lot because I really like it, is this setup here. So when you set him up, he would be really useful to put in like this. This is where I use Sam Kirk, right? This is an officer setup that I like to use. Sam Kirk with SNW Pike and sort of Kirk as well. And that will make a huge difference for you in every way. With James Kirk, SNW Pike, and Sam Kirk make quite a good setup. I have him max. You have him max. Okay. That's the setup that I like to use for the Excelsior, and now that I've got an extra slot, I'm going to add something else to it, which I think is a very good way to sort of set you up and gives you a fantastic ability to do quite a huge difference, a very diverse as well as a crew. General Oak says, what Carol's great. I still need to max her no sourcing for G7. Agreed, because she would make a huge difference. Quasel, you love what Carol, don't you? Yes, Ghost Pepper, go ahead.
Oh no, I was going to say the only other thing I have on my events that I can get right now is Pick Q,
which is essential to get for your level, essential to max as soon as possible, probably one of the most essential officers to get. So basically,
but it's only 5 shards. I mean, I'll still work. I mean, I'm still doing it, but yeah, that's who I have right now.
Yeah, 5 shards is 5 shards, as MJ Hat says, and also will lead you to that. MJ Hat, for you, my friend, Trelane or Torin, and what are you aiming for, and how do you like this weekend? Spending event and thoughts on all of that, please, sir.
Honestly, I'm feeling like if we can get a Touring event, I know that's still a question, and we're not entirely sure. I think Touring's the better officer here, 1000%. Don't get me wrong, Trelane is a good officer.
Yeah.
If you're trying to do waves and it's kind of like Janeway and SNW Pike mixed, right?
Yeah.
But Touring is the better one. I think the trit ratio on your Reaver is going to be 1000% more fruitful on incursions and whatnot, because most of us can already do waves. We're doing fine in waves.
Yeah.
Easier is easier, but absolutely give me Touring. I want Touring.
Yeah. Yeah. Touring would be the one that I would chase. And I think lovely Scopely team. If you want people to spend their materials, this is what they're going to aim for. If you want people to go for it and challenge for it, this is what they're going to go for. So player choice, player first. I'm telling you, this is player first, making that available in every way possible. Archimedes says, by the way, we don't have new officer transporter patterns. I have 25 million patterns. Yes, agreed, Archimedes. The only way anything would get added to transporter patterns if it's super old officers. So Lieutenant Picard is what I'm suggesting as something that can be added in there, because I think it'd be essential for the lower levels and help a lot of people out. And that will be something really, really important for them to do. That's the suggestion I put in. That something needs to be added in there. And that'll be cool. Also, Quasel, can you show that new tool? Are you allowed to show that new tool on screen?
It's already live. Everybody can look at it. That's why I posted it.
No. As in, can you put it on your screen so I can switch back to you? Yes, exactly. You know, to advertise your stuff. Do you know what I mean? Like, that's what I do. So, as well, ladies and gentlemen, other than chasing these officers, MJ Hat's done a suggestion. Everyone's done their suggestion. And also, obviously, with the artifacts, there's a few suggestions in there. Crisitos thinks, I think we will get Torin in that thing that I refuse to say. He's related to that, and they want players to engage more in that thing that I refuse to say. Crisito, yes, absolutely correct. Dax and Odo could be added instead of being legendary in the tourney. Sir Dance, that's already been suggested and noted by the team. Add all the old rare officer to transporter pattern, not just epics. Agree, Jayberg. Another superb suggestion. That's why I love you guys here, because you know you come up with these suggestions and now I can put them in. However, there's something even special by STFC.PhD, and this upgrade I think is going to change the game, Quasel. I absolutely love what you've done here, and I think is absolutely correct. So let's go to Quasel's screen. And he's now, Quasel, what is it? So we've got...
we have started to add a library of kind of sorts.
Okay.
So because we have now most of the data in-game, like, you know, we have the ships, we have the officers, we have the research, we have the modifiers.
Yeah.
And we were like, okay, I mean, we can kind of auto-generate most of that.
Okay.
To make it even easier for people to use, especially those that are a little bit more, you know, tech adverse and tech interested. So that's, for example, is the page of snvsam.kirk. You can see which group, class, faction. You can click on all of it. You can hop around.
I love this.
But you have also the abilities. Like that's a captain ability, so that's like without and with synergy. But you can see immediately where he works on. Like, you know, that's the information we have from the cheat sheet. And
waves,
how
Q
does it
trials.
work?
I love
It's a
this.
subtract and multitude. Or for the officer ability, you can see, okay. And if you have imported your values, it shows you even your value because, you know, we have the data, so we can show it. So, and then you can say, okay, that's at start of combat, that's critical hit damage. Then you can, for example, click on the library page of critical hit damage, and you can see all the researches that give you critical hit damage.
Oh, wow.
So you can hop around. You can, and that's
Look
the
at
thing I
that
like the
library.
most.
I love this setup. And where do you find this on the main page? So if you were at the main page, how do I get to library? Tools, library. Brilliant. Amazing.
Tools, library. It's better because, you know, there's still kinks with it. But we said we have the information. Why not expose it to people? Yes, it has its kinks, but you can. I like that because search. Because is it a ship? Is it whatever? And I don't know if I want to know an officer. I can start with Kirk, and then I see all the Kirks, or all the researchers that have Kirk in their name.
Wow,
So,
that's a
you know,
great way to search,
at
actually.
your fingertip. And it's also like, let's say you want an hostile. I want the number 3, and then I want level 63. And then I have all the values of that hostile, including a firing pattern that shows you, is it energy or is it kinetic?
Oh, nice.
Including all the actual values of their buffs and debuffs.
Ooh, I love this.
Not guessing. Increased epic barrier. Yeah, but by how much? You have the number for it. And you have, and you can hop around between stuff and try to understand stuff. Yes, it's for people that like don't understand modifiers and stuff. So that's like the key for it.
Yeah.
And some of the translations need love, but you get the idea.
That's good.
And then you can see, oh, that comes from here. Let's see. That's an augment faction favor, you know.
Oh, wow.
Or let me see what else is there in augment faction favors. Yeah. Byron or Bejor or however.
Bejor.
And then let's look here. So it's like because we have the data, it's all interconnected, and you see some of those pages need a little bit more because it's not generated more than that.
Yeah.
But you get the idea because
this is sensational.
Kind of auto-generated.
And you've got the galactic anomalies, which is great. So click on galactic anomalies. Does it have the new Outpost ones that are out today?
No, that's because that's manual work at current. Because we can export all galactic anomalies, but the game has defined for each singular value 99 values.
Oh, wow.
So we don't know which one they choose for their tier system. So unless we're getting more information, that's hard-coded stuff. So that's why it's not in there yet, because we need to figure out and think about it, how we want to deal with it. Are they going to reuse everything of it, or is it just for Malvans? So that's like,
Yeah,
need to
which is
see how it's gonna
interesting,
work
actually,
out.
Quasel. The reason I segmented you, guys, go and have a look at that. We will be making a video about this, but Quasel keeps changing things, so I have to change the video 20 times just to get
I
anywhere to do
know.
stuff, which is amazing. It's amazing, and it's great that they can do that. Does Quasel use the Dewey Decimal System? Floyd, I don't think he knows what the Dewey Decimal System is. But in the game, Floyd, though, these outposts, which you can't do, by the way, Floyd, so I'm mentioning something you can't do. Can you do outposts yet at 56? I think, Quasel, can you put in this resource of officers that break down the sourcing of each officer? Angry Luke question. Quasel?
You've been talking, Jules came up with, can we add the sourcing? And yes, in theory, we just need to like turn the Google Sheet we have into something Sudo can parse.
Yeah.
But my hope is, we have been to Dublin and we asked for bundle data.
Okay.
And if Scopely can give us the bundle data, so if that's going to happen,
yes,
we can auto-generate 90% out of it. Because if you have all the bundles, we have the ops levels for those bundles, we have what drops in the chests, so we can then even list auto-generated, because they change stuff around, remove officers, have new bundles. So if we get current bundles, we can tell you which officers is sourced at the moment. And that applies not only to officers, because we're thinking beyond that, that applies to any resourcing game. Because if I have the data of the bundles and we can connect then,
yeah, that's
where
true.
does it come from, then we can list that. So that's a pipe dream for now.
Yeah.
But that's how all of it started, with pipe dreams.
Yeah, but it's not ridiculous. Like, it's not an outrageous request. So hopefully you guys will get close to doing so. If people want it in the chat, because I've done loads of segmentation on stfc.phd, I can actually release them as shorter videos of tutorials of how you can work your way through. So maybe we can do that instead. And then the Quasel's Corner's got its own separate thing. But Quasel, the galactic anomaly that appeared in Outpost, which Floyd Davino can't do yet. I don't think, Floyd, you've reached the level you can do Outposts. The perilous position where it increases your total critical damage by 10% against Outposts and Retaliation hostiles. Raging Retaliation Outposts and Retaliation hostiles gain 3% critical chance. Desperate Measures, they 20% isolated cascade damage, which make them devastating. And Rich Retaliators, which is the one we're aiming for, gives you 50% retaliation plunder from your ships as you hit that. And I think that is a very, very good outpost to aim for, right, Quasel? Because even if you hit down, that 50% is quite huge, percentage-wise. What do you think, Quasel? What's the advice to people that are doing these outposts? Do you go one down, especially with elites, or do you hit at your level? And because 20% isolated cascade, you've got to last 72 hostiles. Is that doable?
I mean, that depends. If you think about the Borg ones, where you already have trying to get high isolatic defense and have defense from Cisco, and even can do the buffs from the outpost that gives you isolatic defense, you might not even notice that much from the cascade.
Yeah, true.
But sure, it's 20% more damage, but it's maybe reduced because they have high. It depends. Or against other ones, maybe even more effective because they don't have so much isolated base damage. So I think those values, 20% means in the end 20% more damage.
Yeah.
So if you're surviving easily,
you
don't care about 20% more damage.
True. Well, Duke Vengeance says 20% is nothing, which is true, because I'm hitting that level. August Valkyrie says, I didn't notice any difference in the loot. I did, August. There was quite a difference. Like, I got 35,000 from one level, from 173. I completed it all the way through. Floyd Davino says he can do Outpost, which is great. So that means you are part of this galactic anomaly. So this is great. But the 50% loot bonus, there's hardly any loot bonuses because you get a little bit from Cisco, right? And a little bit from that artifact if you had that. So, August Valkyrie, I'm pretty surprised that you didn't notice anything. Joey says that he goes 3 down in the regular from his ops level, while some people are hitting that. So I think if you can still hit at your ops level, that's great. It's the tier 4 one that we're worried about, right, Quasel?
Yeah, it gets hefty. once you get, but you get a hefty loot bonus as well. So I didn't run them off yet because I was quite busy this week.
Of course.
But I think it might be worthwhile because if you then like have a big bonus, you don't care as much anymore about loot bonus on your ship maybe, or you can even go one down and maybe do it and still get way more loot.
Yeah, true.
So that depends on everybody's situation a bit, or you start maybe just like in my case, I would maybe still use my vengeance, but would you start adding back the surveys, so I'm reducing the damage output, so I might still like double dip.
Yeah,
loot
well,
bonus on the
I'm
main ship
lucky.
and loot crew.
I've worked very hard to get my Cisco to do the four, and that makes a difference. Putting 3 surveys and putting 3 of them on NSCA.
Yeah, that's huge.
NSCA Omega 13. They last more than enough. Duke Vengeance says he's waiting on the 500% loot bonus later in the month. August Valkyrie says, "Wow, I've never seen any loot like that. I get nothing." Well, I get like 35,000 retaliation loot bonus. I think is quite because I run a loot crew. So for me, August Valkyrie, for example, the crew setup basically, I swap E Riker out in my setup, but the group setup that I have running basically is this. And then what I do is, if the outpost is difficult, I stick with this. If the outpost less difficult, I stick with that to get more loot out of it. So why is the difference between that? E Riker gives me a minor bit of critical chance every 4 rounds, but only gives me 20% boost, while Rachel Garrett does that. Sniper, you're the master of these. What is your suggestion for this?
Yeah, I think this is something that people should definitely take advantage of. I mean, the 50% is not huge, but every more is more, as they say, right?
Yes, of
and
course.
remember, we're coming off of a Lions tournament where, those who wanted to could have gotten, or still can, because the store is still open, additional regular outpost starts, right?
Yeah.
So those are almost kind of bonus starts in a way. And I think this is a case. It depends on what you're going for, obviously, but even if you have to punch down, the loot doesn't change that much, especially when you consider all the bonuses, right? So this is a great time to kind of use your directives, stock up. But again, you got to measure how high you can hit. But it's definitely the kind of situation where if you have to hit down, it's not going to affect you that badly. It's better to get more loot and hit down than to try and hit up and you end up with less loot. The one thing I would actually be curious is if anyone on the stream has actually seen the difference in loot, because I've gotten, to be honest, I haven't tried it myself yet.
Yeah.
But I've gotten some reports that it's not working.
I got a ridiculous boost. It's not working in a good way for me. Like, because I ended up with.
Oh, you say you're getting more loot than you're supposed to?
Well, for my 73, I got approximately 35,000 retaliation plunder, which is
35,000. And what do you normally get?
Like 20 something.
Okay. All right. Well, that's definitely good.
No. It doesn't sound weird. It's absolutely correct. You should never change it. It's the best idea they've ever come up with.
Never ever change it.
Yeah, exactly. This 500% bonus, I'm really looking forward to, Quasel, if that's how the maths is currently working.
Oh, yeah.
That, I'll take. Yeah, exactly. Nigel is huge. Are you using him? Yes, exactly. So that's the setup that I use against the Borg, by the way. Sounds like 50% to the base before other bonuses, and that's it sounds like it's a little bit like I was quite surprised. I was like, oh, I might have to run 2 of these because basically I've been triple pulling because PvP wise the higher arc crew's whooping my ass. I've decided to counter it by getting these officers up as quickly as possible. So I was like, I need a lot of this retaliation plunder to get myself up there. So I've been doing outposts quite regularly to do so. The 50% one, I was like, let me try it. Let's see if I get a little cheeky bit more. But what I found, though, Sniper, was it even boosted the starting thing. Because I had, if I'm correct, so that 8.5 million was down to 2.7 before I did yesterday's one with the Galactic Anomaly. That's quite a jump.
Yeah. So maybe it's working even
Very
better than it's
well.
supposed to.
Yeah.
You know, it's working very well. Let's not even rock the you know, the boat here.
Exactly. Oh, very, very good
I,
point.
I think now I might have to try it.
Yeah, well, I'm not sure. I just went, oh, that's a bit much, and that's why I got all of that, because I had like 9,000, and I spent some of it today because I triple pulled, and I can't remember what the triple pull is, but it's about 10,000 for a triple pull, right? And I triple pulled, so I had 46,700, and yeah, I started 9,000, and I jumped up to that, and I was like, that's a lot from that. Good point by Angry Lou. Sorry, I don't like to divert a lot, but anyone reporting that the Loot EXO and Warp EXO not applying when purchasing BP if you still had the old EXO active? Yes, what it does do, Angry Lou, is it sits here. So if you go to your loot section, it sits here. Actually sits here. And then you can apply it whenever that one finishes. Same thing with this. Look at that one. See, I've got another one. It sits there. This is from the last one. Because we got our... and when I say minor grant, you know, minimally, that one applies, Angry Lou. Just so you're aware. Yeah, exactly, Angry Lou. So it just sits there. Same thing with this. If you ever overdo this, same thing. So yeah, so the loot one would sit there at that time. But with these ones, it could be interesting to try. So I'm going to give it another go. Quasel, I did send you the battle log, but it's only for 1 hostiles, and I don't even know if that will really
Yeah,
make
I
it.
hadn't the time to look into, you know, today's a little bit busy. And for the Exos, yeah, I have mine in reserve now
Yeah.
because it doesn't auto-activate, which
Yes.
is neat.
Yeah, it's great. That means you have it and you can now make a decision of when you want to sort of apply it and do what you can with it as well. Let me check as well with the gift if people said they've received it. Here's a compensation gift, and here is our 2,800. Thank you very much for that start. That's absolutely amazing. And now my events have disappeared. I'm joking. Joking, Scopely. It's a joke. It's a joke. For a thing that was really old that made things fail. Yeah, sure.
Too soon. Too soon.
Yeah, exactly. Too soon. Can we still make this joke? Are we allowed to make this joke? Yeah, it's but it worked out quite well. Generally, I can get through 35% hull left, and I use both the states for 20%. So, guys, there's loads of real great advice in the Discord as well. Loads of people have done the survey crew. There's a great Aries was the guy who first started the survey crew idea. And he got it off a friend, and from then on, we've advertised it as saying the way to do so. So if you guys ever want to do a survey setup, there is an amazing Outpost. There's loads of crew suggestions with that one. And Sniper, you usually go loot crew with the surveys with cadets on one, Outpost crew in the other, and states on the third one, right? Is that kind of the route-ish?
Yeah, kind of. I mean, like, you know, if I'm doing an elite, right? If I'm doing like a regular, I just use one ship, you know, so I don't even bother with that. But yeah, but that's the basic setup, right? Is you do damage reduction if you really need to. You can do like second damage reduction.
Yeah.
Crew, right? Because there's actually 2 crews that will do damage reduction.
Yeah.
And you know, then yeah, states, right? And you know, like throwing on
Lorca,
you know,
Giorgio, Kirk, basically.
That's yeah, definitely a way. You can also throw on Chang, right? And with Gorka.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Another way
especially
to
if you're
go.
using the Serene Squall, Cheng might be an idea, yeah.
Yeah, the Serene Squall.
Yeah, because you get more shots with the Serene Squall, and in fact, you know, you can even throw on the Outpost Tech if you have it, and that'll give you more critical.
So what Sniper is suggesting is you go to Serene Squall, and you set it up here, and let's show you the crew. So he suggests that you go with Chang and Gorkon. So this is a great way to do it. So you go Chang and you group them, and then you remove this and you go Gorkon. Gorkon as captain, right? Chang there, and then what would you put on the third one approximately?
Yeah. So there's where you could choose to do like another state, like you could put Lorca there.
Yeah.
You know what? If you're using Chang, I'd consider using Pike as captain.
Pike?
You know, bumping the odds. As long as you're going not only 70s and not above.
So you're going 70. Yeah, but we're talking that. So Pike as captain, and then what? Gorkon and Chang other side, or You just put him on one side.
Yeah, I mean, you want somebody that gives you hull breach. That's more important than yeah.
Yeah, you
So
need hull breach.
Yeah.
Yeah, because Chang only works at hull breach. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So ideally, this is the setup you can go for. And what Sniper's talking about and Quasel talking about is this here. When you get this, this is really useful. It gives you extra loot from the outpost and the Serene Squall, increases, you know, and does all that and makes quite a difference. And what you do is you put an Omega 13 on it so it can survive. You boost it up and you've got ready to go depending on which way you want to go with it, right? So that's an idea to do, though. Then you fill the bottom with whatever the hell you want. Hardly anything works anyway. And this time you can choose...
not much below decks work in Outpost.
Yeah, exactly. You could choose Kim and Neelix, and then you're definitely guaranteed morale in some capacity. So you could try that. It's just yeah, you could chuck them both in, and one of them will give you morale. But yes,
not that's against Outposts, but yeah.
Yeah, exactly. No, they'll give morale to your crew, you know, by cooking and by giving you a speech. Yes. Yeah, exactly. Which works out quite well. But that's the setup that they're talking about. Loot crew on the big ship, cadets and next gen on the surveys is what I use, Sugar Fat Man. But this is another crew you can do. Wait, Kim and Neelix work? No, they don't. And Dominus, no, I'm joking. No. Don't go there to Dominus. They don't. So that's another item.
Now everyone's going to think they work out.
Yeah, exactly. Oh my God, let's put them all in there. No. Can you imagine? Everyone starts putting Kim. Hey, so I put Kim and Neelix and nothing seemed to work. I'm like, but did you feel better? And did you eat well? Oh, yes, you did. Okay, great. Fantastic. So there you go. Neelix in there. So there's an option there, and that's a great suggestion. And all you got to do is Omega Prime it, and that'll be... And Donna said, but, yeah, exactly. But, yeah, exactly. And that'll be the way around to sort of do so. But that's a great crew setup with that one, and that works really, really well. And those galactic anomalies are worth chasing, I think, when it gets further down the line. The one with 500% is what a lot of people are going to chase. So go and do them. Maybe test out what you can do with this much 20% isolated cascade damage. Maybe judge it, and then you can make a decision later when this goes up. What does the isolated cascade on the big one go to, Quasel? Is it like 100% or something?
I think something in the area. I would need to check the blog post.
Yeah, and that would be something...
It's huge.
Yeah, it's huge. So it'll be good to test that and have a look at, because I think that would be something really impressive to sort of see what you can do, and with that as well. And the beauty is that with those galactic anomalies, you take advantage. Same thing with the arena one as well. The arena one's okay, Quasel. I mean... I've gained extra loot from it. Do I think it's outstanding? It's okay. Do I think it's something that I'm going to chase? Yeah, I mean, it's fine. But we had those events, didn't we? So that was the reason why I started chasing it, because I thought it would be worth doing. Did you do any of the Academy ones just for even the event?
I'm just doing waves.
Oh, sorry.
So
yeah, your throat. I know you've just eaten an apple, which would be amazing. Kim promoted to mess officer, which is absolutely amazing.
You know, I just had some apple juice. You're correct. Yeah.
Oh my God! You know. Why would you admit something like that? That's even worse. But the good news is, ladies and gentlemen, is we wanted to showcase something quite special. Yeah, at that point. Yes. Yes.
We got a Pioneer Panda Pirate exclusive.
Yeah. Okay. I don't know who played that. That was quite funny. But yes, we do have a Panda Pirate exclusive. Panda Pirate did show a video where he showcased how he did the FKR daily. So what Panda Pirate does is he has a fantastic fleet preset, which is, I think, is something very amazing. He takes his crew with the Vengeance. He adds sort of an officer to it, and he's tried to get as far as he can. So he goes all the way up to the end. And guess what Panda Pirate does that no other person in the history of mankind can do? Ladies and gentlemen, he just warps there because he doesn't have the jump drive for it. But there is his thing. As he warps across and he works into that, watch this. Panda Pirate goes to 75 system. I think this is amazing. Panda Pirate is trying to showcase that he can do this. And in the 75 system, he appears. Look at him. Look at him. QT appears. He goes, oh my God, I've arrived in the 75 system. So now I'm going to continue. And in the 75 system, Panda takes about 3 seconds to figure out that his thing arrived. And what does he do? Watch him. He summons. Yeah, he arrives. He summons, which nobody can do because it costs 5 packs, Panda Pirate. 5 packs to get the summon
just
ability.
win the leaderboard. I mean, that's easy cheesy.
Yeah. Win the leaderboard, my patooey. Yeah. And then he just, I'll just summon my Gorka Eviscerator. That's not a problem. And then he swaps his crews around, resummons back his Vengeance, which is, I mean, good night, all. Enough with the Vengie from the 75s. Hey, Cruzito, we have to celebrate pioneer levels of greatness. And this is what Panda Pirate does. He's actually not in the chat, so he can't actually, sort of big it up in any way possible. Oh, no, he is. Well, Nigel,
and then he uses the...
Sandra,
go ahead.
Sandra won the Vengeance Reef at the RLB. I call absolute. Sniper, please stop me from swearing because I'm just swearing. But look at this. The amazing thing what Panda does was he wastes a summon by bringing his Eviscerator there instead of just leaving. His Excelsior there rather than leaving it next to his base. He brings everything in and look at him. He kills all these. Easy 75s with his Vengeance. Really excited. Look at him. How wonderful is he the way he does that? Look at that. That's absolutely amazing. Look at that fantastic ability. 1 mine as well. Pyramir, did you win yours? Okay, Pyramir, I believe you. Yeah. Sandra says, I went from tier 11, tier 15 in one go and got you there. You won it too. Ferry, did you win it? Ferry, come on. Pyramir won it. But look at this. It shows that it is doable to do the 75s with a max Vengeance. And I believe Panda says he doesn't have the that critical mitigation thing. I forgot what it's called now. The skin.
Oh, the skin. But yeah, I don't think the skin would apply here anyway.
No,
because the skin is only the Academy hostiles and PvP. Yeah, so it wouldn't apply to FKR hostiles.
Oh,
but the prerequisites that Panda has, let's just be clear about it, right?
Yeah.
He has the summon ability for the Vengeance, which not everyone's going to have, right?
Yes.
He also, has the Eviscerator skin that's giving him a bunch of additional ISO damage, right?
Okay.
So we have to remember that. He's also buffing himself, although I think he has a version where he's unbuffed.
Yeah.
So there's probably several prereqs that go. I don't know what FTs or CTs or whatever he's using, if those are ones that are generally available to everybody. But it is a great accomplishment. Don't get me wrong. But I think everyone should realize that your mileage may vary, and I'm sure Panda would say that all of those things are still, if you're going to spend, are still cheaper than buying the upgrades for the G7 Uncommon, right? Even if you have to buy all those things out of packs, but we all have our different opinions on it.
Yeah, well, Panda Pirate says the strategy will only get much easier over time as power creep sort of accelerates. So Panda's depending on that. Depending on that one, but absolutely. It shows, ladies and gentlemen, it does show it's doable. And look at this. I mean, he's still on one hull. He's killed quite a few. He's got the Quantum Slipstream and the Iranian Post in there. So those are the setups that he has. So on there, his crew is basic. I mean, and basic, I mean it in a nice way, as in there's nothing special. Chang Seska Suder. He's just proving. It's a cool strategy, but its actual use is dependent on many things at the same time. That's true, Jim Pie. So the question is, if we manage to achieve as one of our 10 things to get the summon ability for the Vengeance, this becomes much more acceptable and doable, which is amazing. Cruzito says Panda is basic. Oh, God. It's possible to stick a fork in a socket. It still doesn't mean I recommend it. That's true. Panda starts crying now, and he says, Panda Pirate, amazing. If you're a tier 2 or tier 3 subscriber, you can now use the GIF in the chat, which is kind of cool to have a Twitch GIF, right? Twitch GIFs are fun. They are very basic, but I think you can get to quite a bit. Let me see if I can find the one for Panda and respond to him in the Twitch GIFs. Yeah, there you go, Panda. That's what I think. Of that one. There we go. Haters gonna hate Panda, exactly. But it's a great achievement. Then he summons it a second time. So he does it over a couple of trips or 3 trips, which is absolutely amazing. He does a great job with it and does it as well. He does use the buff. He's right. People have got loads of the buffs and everything. You can claim those. But it shows that it's doable. And Panda Pirate at like that wonderful Ops 75 shows that he can do this in everywhere. Sniper puts that one down with the Panda. I like that one. What tier G7 uncommon do you need to kill to go kill 75s? Great question. Sniper, can you help with that question? Uncommon.
Yeah, I mean, I would say probably you need at least a tier 6 to start doing it.
Okay. Tier
so,
6.
You gotta have.
Yeah.
Yeah, you gotta have like about 3 to 4 of the below deck slots unlocked, so you can have enough officers that give you the abilities that you need. Like right now, my uncommon is tier 9, and I can do like 50 75s on one hull, right?
Okay.
So it's easy. But if you want to just start doing the 75s, you're not necessarily like if you're 74, you could do your dailies on one hull, even like I said, tier 6, tier 7, like somewhere around there, because you only need to hit half of them, right? You only need like hit 25 because they count as 2 points if you're 74, or even more if you're like 73. But if you're 75 and you need to kill 50 of them, and you want to do it on one hull, you probably need to be closer to tier 9.
Yeah, yeah. So tier 9 sounds like the one to aim for, and you guys can have a look at, which would be amazing. But so it shows maybe a vengeance to 75, but then Panda, how would you get to 76? I still don't have the tactic. Nigel Pioneer Panda Paris says Nigel's Scopely was correct when they sold the Vengeance as a beast legendary PvE ship. Takes players through Ops 75, perhaps even beyond. No chance that it can hit 76. There's absolutely...
Yet. I mean,
Oh my God. Why did you even say that, Quazel? I'm trying to end this conversation with Panda.
Now you're giving Panda Pirate hope. Yeah.
Oh my God. Quazel, why would you do this? Like a new skin for the Vengeance. For the 76, you skip the Veal daily and just do the margins, FKR Hostiles daily, and rebase your base using a long-range specialty ships. No, which is absolutely incredible. Can it even reach 76? Angry Lou, you have to base your... sort of base in the margins, right? Instead of in the Veil. So you skip the Veil day. Breaking news, I'm having...
Yeah.
Wait, Moose is having an Haute Cortado. No, you're not.
Ooh.
I refuse to accept that. Hey, if you had
it didn't happen.
If you had a tier 2 or tier 3, you can... is there a gift for an Haute Cortado? For Cortado, let's have a look. Coffee. No, the gifts on Twitch are... It's very interesting how they've done them, but it's kind of cool. I do like it. I think they're trying to limit them so you don't overdo it. But it shows Panda Pirate has proved that it is doable. It is fantastic. And honestly, Panda Pirate, I'm going to give you a badge in my Discord as a thank you for always coming up with some great ideas and helping people look outside the box. So I appreciate you, Panda Pirate. The badge will have a special name on it. I won't tell you what it says, but just ignore the name. It might be insulting in different languages, but that was more pointing this. Watch the next Sum of the Vengeance that only briefly has the Rift buff in there. Okay, so we're watching the next Sum of the Vengeance. Here it is. Panda Pirate showing us on screen. So ship error because he can't buff it because it takes him ages to press the button. And there he is. He does a repair. That repair bug, honestly, Sniper, that winds me up more than anything.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
I hit into a bunch today, and it was like, come on, I was just trying to repair some ships that were barely even damaged, but I'm like, just got to hit the repair button. It's like,
The Oregon trail badge, but we'll give Panda. His title is Community Fury. Ferry, that's a good one. Do you know what, Ferry? I might put a vote down for names. I like that one. That's a really cool one. And Ferry will be known as the anti-Panda or the Panda supporter or director of social affairs and Panda and all that sort of stuff. No pepper emoji. Well, well, you can do, we'll do one eventually. But now, thanks to Twitch for allowing me to be one of the first people to test this GIF. It's not me to set it up to tier 2, tier 3, it's how they've set it up. So that's less, so it doesn't get hound the chat, basically. So, but it's kind of cool. So yeah, if you're a tier 2 or tier 3 subscriber, you can now use wonderful GIFs in the chat, which will give you a little bit more of your personality. Nice one, Panda. Very well done, my friend. Panda has shown us that it's all really, really doable and all very, very cool. So it shows us there. But any last thoughts from you, Quasel, about the setups and everything? Or is everything happy with you, with your officers? What are you chasing? What are you looking for? What are you aiming to do?
Yeah, I mean, we talked about it. Try that maybe, and the sourcing of the other one we would need to see.
Yes.
To make an judgment there. So yeah, I mean, it's solid offers us. I mean, nothing too exciting for me because PvP, but I mean having that the critical mitigation, that sounds lovely to have for PvP.
Oh, I'd love to have
even
it.
for the little bit of absolutely.
It's only because I just want a little bit of I just want to extend the fights, and I feel if I can extend the fight, I've got a better chance.
It's options,
And I think once we get the fights to round 4s and 5s, we've got a better chance of sort of being able to do more Krujitsu. Do you reckon, Sniper, or is the Hierarch setup the best one of all time as the PvP master we have here?
Yeah, I mean, I think there's definitely room for, different crews and crews that are like if you get into really advanced PvP, right? There's sometimes crews that can counter other specific crews, right? And I think the more options you have to switch around below deck officers and change how things go and extend rounds, it opens up more options because some officers are round based, right? And they get stronger as the rounds go on. Like if you think about like the interceptor crew, right? Although they're heavily based on criticals, right?
Yes.
So that's another, there's going to be a lot of testing, a lot of interesting things, and I think that's something that actually helps PvP in a way of not just having only one meta, but having different things that you can do. The last other thing I'll say is the interesting thing is we haven't seen general PVE based critical mitigation yet. But there could be officers or research or whatever that makes its way there that could help Panda Pirate make his jump to being able to do 76.
Why would you say such a thing and give him hope? Why would you even? Oh my God.
I'm just saying, if one thing in the game that we happen to know exists were to make its way into the realm of PvE, that could give a big boost to people's ability to punch up, potentially.
Gives ability. Panda's going to now be able to hit 76. Now, Quasel and Sniper have both given Panda hope that is an achievable thing. So that is absolutely outrageous in that one. But yeah, it sounds like critical mitigation, as more of it enters the game, maybe, you can hit higher. But look at that. Panda Pirate is right. In the last bit of the video, you can see the Vengeance still doing great without much buffing. I've tested it, and I was quite surprised to get to that level. So I am not surprised Panda Pirate died. So honestly, Panda, I appreciate you, my friend. You are a pioneer in your own heart, and that's the most amazing thing. Damn, you're going to get that slide, bro. Yeah, exactly. Panda Pirate is absolutely awesome. Also, John Deere, if you're tier 2 or tier 3, you can now put GIFs in the Twitch chat. We're in the beta version of that. I'm one of the lucky ones to have it, so that'll be amazing. Just a matter of time before the Vengeance can do FKR 76 hostiles. I look forward to that time, Panda Pirate. And with that, we can switch now to our wonderful marbles race. As a thank you for everybody to do this. It's been absolutely brilliant. I mean, it's such a superb show. We teached a lot. We learned a lot. We did a lot of things. So let's give away the last few bits. Let's keep a hype train going, and we'll see how it goes. Flossie, like, way! Have fun. X-Switch Point Play, ladies and gentlemen. Come on in. Come and join. Come and join. Come and join. You can put X-Switch Point Play and choose one of the things on the left-hand side. So it's space 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Come and join us and try and win. Pioneer Panda Pirate is in this race. So if you ever wanted to go, there was a legend. And Rage Starve kicks us off with 100 bits to preload it all and see how we get on. It's like, Let's come on in. X-Bishop and play.
Oh, that's neat. Select a marble if you don't have a marble.
Yeah, exactly. So you can do
customized.
X-Bishop and play space, and now you can choose, and I can give you loads of different ones. So these are some of the ones that have been gifted to me from various sources. We have this one by Jojo Jordan. Yes, yes.
Hal, we need to inform Nigelrovers about the new Haute Cortado rule.
The Haute Cortado rule. What is it?
If you are doing marbles races, you cannot have any Haute Cortados.
You
if
cannot
you do
have any.
races, you can have unlimited Haute Cortados.
Oh.
Understood.
Okay,
The rule is now elegantly simple.
Do you know, it's too late for me to have an Haute Cortado. Too much caffeine. So, yeah, Quasel.
If they are doing marbles races, no Haute Cortados. If they do duck races, unlimited Haute Cortados.
Oh my God, Flossie's found a marbles.
I suggest they comply with the distinction before the mission starts to unravel.
Who? Have you seen that gift? Thank you very much for that. Have you seen that gift that Flossie just put up? I don't know what he's doing underneath those pants, but there's something really dodgy going on there.
I sadly regret joining the marbles game. I have no idea what you're going to do to my marbles.
But what did you choose, Quasel? Did you choose the eye? Did you choose the Jojo Jordan, who's one of our great, lovely friends?
I think I chose the number 5.
Number 5. Ooh, the little skull one. Ooh, cute little scully wallies. Okay, come on in, X-Bishop people.
Because it's I'm heading off. Time to say goodbye.
Oh my God.
Have fun with the races.
Thank you so much, Quasel. It's very kind of you to do so. And it keeps us going. So I appreciate your input. And hopefully we will start doing those videos for stfc.ph.
Yeah, I hope so too. Now my voice is back. We can work on that stuff. Maybe we find a way, or you do some of it, or I don't know yet.
Sure. That sounds great. That sounds amazing. Thanks again, Quasel.
Looking forward to it.
Okay,
Bye-bye.
Thank you so much. Bye-bye, bye-bye. Here we go, guys. X-Bishop point play. Last bits. About to start. And MJ Hat, how cool are the GIFs on Twitch? Are you happy with that new setup they put in? What do you think?
Honestly, I think they're the bee's knees, to be honest. I wish I'd have got picked for that. It's pretty cool, man.
Yeah.
Just to see all the different gifts pop up. But you do have to be a tier 2 or a tier 3. So you guys might want to upgrade those subs.
Oh,
you know what I'm saying?
I mean, you don't
do the
have
thing.
to. 100 bits there by Top Gunner, and 100 bits previously as well. He's now got himself into a very interesting lead, and Alaxed is there. But CDBTU, look at everyone's chasing each other. Look at all those marbles that are really boring, and some people gone for crazy ones. CDBTU's gone for that one. That's an explosion. You just watched someone die in front of our eyes. Don't forget, guys, ladies and gentlemen, the police report will be asking you, did you witness that death in every way possible? McShish decide, Lux Scarin decide, Angry Lou decide, Retrieving decide, Tacos Chemtech, you just died, Nay Never decide, James Bong just died as well. But CDBTU is taking a huge lead. He's worked away around the corner. Look at that. CDBTU, I think, is finally going to get a win here. CDBTU's got there because at the bottom is still a difficult finish, but CDB is not really a great finisher. We asked Mrs. CDB and she went, oh hell no, he's a great finisher. In fact, she did in an Irish accent. She said, I just want to go to a chance here to try and finish the thing, or to do it to make it work, or to way through. I know how to make it work all the way through. I was like, all right, okay, Jesus Christ. But MJ Hat is going to be one of the gift people. I'll just remind me, I'll put you down on the list to get that thing. I think it's quite cool. I did say to them they could do it for me, which I think is quite wicked in there. Duke Vengeance, we're watching you as you're working your way through. You avoided the hole into a peg alley and still got the chance. Still time. And he's working his way through. Microvia and sort of Elithron. There's a few people battling. Look at that death. That's gone anyway. But here we go. We're in the final stretch. They're working its way through. Mecha Dave, Ethron, Mecha Dave, and John Deere. Everyone's battling. Peachy Life has got in there. But here we go. Ethron, you just died. No, Ethron's dead. But there's still a chance. JD, John Deere, you're going to win. John Deere, you're going to win. John Deere, JD, you're going to win. Oh my God, your marble was too big to go through the hole. And the winner, no, Peachy Life. And I'm Centauri. I am Centauri. You are the winner. 1984. Nice, lovely year. You are the winner of STFCbriefings.com mug. So what you got to do is go to !Discord. Find me on the right-hand side, Nigel. Click on my name saying you have won a mug on marbles. You can pick any mug you like. There's a full selection. Yeah, exactly, Mecha Dave. Just die right at the end. But don't worry, there's another chance to win. Crazy's on a winning run right now. I am Centauri. Make sure you DM me, please, ASAP. You are the winner of an STFC Briefings mug. And the Hype Train's got 3 subs with 30 seconds to go. So it might be the last race, this one, unless we keep this going. 3 subs to keep us going. or 1.3k bits. Here we go. Next, potentially last race. Here we go. X Point Play. Let's go, let's go, let's go. 3 subs to get us there, and a prediction as well. 10 seconds left. 3 subs to get us to the next level, or you know, you can do it in every way possible. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Thank you so much, people. We are, looks like we're done with that one. So this will be the last race, and with a prediction, please, MJ Hat, if you don't mind, sir. That'd be amazing to get us to the next level. And here we go. The prediction's up, ladies and gentlemen, and this is the race. So this will be the one for marbles. Remember, while the hype train's going, we keep giving away. So this will be the last race. So throw everything at it. See if your predictions do so. I wonder what the prediction's going to be like for this one. And then we can have a look at where we're going to raid out. X-Fish Point Moo. No, Ab, stop doing that. Oh my God, I'm going to have to make a thing for this now. You and your Moo thing. You know, I might say X-Fish Point Moo and it's Baby Shark. Asian Boy, Tacos, Chemtech, let's go. X-Fish Point Play, X-Fish Point Play. Don't miss out, don't miss out. Moose. Hey, Moose, your song, did you hear your new song, Moose? Did you hear it? Did you like it? You didn't tell me anything about your new song.
I like mine.
Oh, yours is awesome. Join in, people.
Get your balls on the board, folks.
Get your balls on the board. Ladies and gentlemen. Fight it! Can we fight?
That's the code I live by.
And remember, Mike Knight with MJ Hat today.
Until the
Still,
day
I hope so.
I die.
Yeah, 2 hours, 15 minutes.
MJ Hat. MJ Hat. Sing it, Colts. Join in, people. X-Fish will play. I'm about to press it now. Loads of people joining us in. Rate Stars made it in. The race begins. Let's go! MJ Hat. MJ. I gave you the little Kevin Owens treatment as well.
Appreciate it. That sounds lovely.
Da 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 da. Da 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 da. Will be out in the album as well. That was awesome. I love that tune. Lord of Scarron's get himself in the lead. He's trying to work it. Oh, you just got exploded.
Ladies and gentlemen.
I can't believe Colby can sing that like. Oh, I can't even do that. One of the undisputed members of Tupac. Let's go! Amiga Grey Geeks, go!
She is the pepper with the spice.
RMG Dross is trying to do a TTS, but we're ignoring it. Yes, Floyd, you get no Cortado.
So in space,
you gotta beware!
Ghost Pepper!
Yeah! She will cut you! I can't sing that high. Say it again!
She will cut you!
AX Lat, you're in the lead. AX Lat's working his way through, trying to win this race, and in there, Candid Onion's right behind him. Michelle, you just like you. She's a cute to do. Amiga J's got a chance here. There's a battle going on. Ghost Pepper's in the middle. Amiga J and X-Lat. Who's going to be the winner? Are they going to win? No! One win by Amiga J. How many finishers? Hey, Moose, this part's my favorite because I joined in. Moose again. Moose again. Moose again. Moose. So when it comes up, you get ready for it, right, Moose? Are you ready for it? Everyone with me. 2 finishers. Moose again. Moose again. Moose again. Moose again. Amiga J, you are the winner. Congratulations, you're the winner of STFC Briefings mug. Contact me on Discord, my friend. What a fantastic stream. What a great bunch of people. Thank you, everyone. I absolutely appreciate it in every way. Let's raid out and say goodbye in the nicest way possible. I love the amount of people we had here. We held almost 200 for the whole stream, and I appreciate all the support. And remember, I now have my meeting, which means I can now represent you for real. And now, everything you say here will be heard forever. Because until I am down, we will continue, and we will do this. And I love appreciating and supporting you all. Oh God, he's doing Dungeons and Dragons again. I can't bring myself to do this. We need to find something a little bit more interesting. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to give someone a shock. Can we shock someone? We're gonna shock someone fun, because I'm determined to prove her. Just say, what is Nigel cooking? Are you ready? We're raiding out to one of my favorite people of all time. What is Nigel cooking? Live long, stay tuned. See you Thursday, and I'll have an update about our list. Goodbye. Galaxies every day. Stay here and let's raid big. Big raid, big raid.